say I'll keep my feathers numbered for just such an emergency.
The hunt is on as Buccaneer football returns.
The snap, looking, pressure. Sam's got a sack. Johnson dropping, Brad looking, going the pass. One-handed catch. Touchdown. Buccaneer Ravens. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 8-yard field goal. 4, 3. Good snap. Kick airborne. Gene Deckerhoff. He has tied this game with no time left.
Football is next on the Buccaneer Radio Network.
The Tampa Tribune Buccaneers pregame show, brought to you by the Tampa Tribune, the official newspaper of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their fans. Now, Al Keck.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Jon Gruden's Gulf Shore attack on the road. Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens are waiting with open arms today in Baltimore. Both teams are searching for their first win of the season. Let's go to Baltimore and the voice of the Buccaneers, Gene Deckerhoff.
Thank you, Al. In a town that made football famous in the 50s on the legendary right arm of the man we all will honor today in Baltimore, it's time for week 2 of the 2002 National Football League season. Hello and good afternoon from Raven Stadium. Gene Deckerhoff inviting you to come on along for the very best in pro football, NFL style. In a little over 40 minutes, a sellout crowd will salute the late, great Johnny Unitas, who is the quarterback of the old Baltimore Colts, won championships and MVP awards as the best in the game. Number 19 died of a heart attack this past Wednesday. After the memoriam to Johnny U, both the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Baltimore Ravens square off in a battle of once beatens. Unfortunately, neither team has a win, with the home team and the visitors looking for win number 1 in the worst way. For the Ravens, who are just a season and a game removed from a Super Bowl title, it's their first home game and a chance to get the hometown crowd fired up behind them. For the Buccaneers, it's a chance to wash a bad taste out of our mouths and erase the memories of a Week 1 loss to a division foe. In the shadow of the Rockets' red glare over nearby Fort McHenry, our Bucs hope to launch some fireworks of our own and notch victory number 1 today on the road. It's the Bucs in Baltimore, and I can't wait till the toe hits the leather.
And welcome back to Baltimore. The coin toss is brought to you by Sun Cruise. Call Sun Cruise at 727-895-3325. John Lynch, Jeff Christie, Keenan McCardell, and it looks like Derrick Brooks are for the Bucs. Let's go on down.
Who's going to call it? Their call is tails. It is tails. Tampa Bay won the toss. Want the ball? Which way do you want to kick? Turn around, please. Tampa Bay won the toss. Will receive. Good luck, man.
Bucs are in red uniform, red jerseys, pewter helmets, white pants. The home-standing Ravens are in all white. And we are ready for week 2 of the National Football League. Boy, a great rendition of the national anthem by Mr. Michael Miller. I hope those Ravens don't play as well as that guy sang. We're ready for a football game. Bucs won the toss for the first time this season, and Dwight Smith and Aaron Stecker are deep to return the opening kick. Now, because the Ravens have 2 kickers on their roster, Matt Stover and J.R. Jenkins. Stover, the long beard, gray beard, 13 years of the National Football League, will handle placements. J.R. Jenkins, with a little stronger leg, will handle the kickoff responsibilities. He wears number 6, and they are huddled up and await the official word from our referee, Cully, to put toe to leather and his game underway. Great pregame memoriam to the late, great Johnny U. And, Scott, that sort of sets table for a great day of pro football.
It really does. And, me being a linebacker my whole lifetime and never playing much offense, I always admired number 19. Was a big Baltimore Colt fan in the early days and big fan of Mike Curtis, one of his teammates for all those years. But Johnny U was a tough guy and loved all the tribute to him today, and I'm sure that will continue throughout the league.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hope to notch win number 1 and even our record, and the kick by J.R. Jenkins is high in the air, end over end, will come down at the 1-yard line. Stecker right up the hash marks to the 15, to the 20. He's tripped up at the 23-yard line. Somebody took his feet out from underneath him, and he went head over tail shoulders and hit the turf at the 23. Adelius Thomas on the tackle. The starting lineup brought to you by Ed Morris Automotive Group. For our Buccaneers, Oben, Jenkins, Christie, Coleman returns, and Kenyatta Walker returns to the starting offensive line. The starting tight end is Ken Dilk. Wide receivers, Keyshawn Johnson, Keenan McCardell, Brad Johnson, the quarterback. Michael Pittman is the tailback behind Allstott at 4. That's your Ed Morris Automotive Group starting lineup. Visit them online at morris.com or call 1-800-ED-MORRIS. You can't beat an Ed Morris deal. We'll try to run the ball on first down, and the Bucs get nothing off the right side behind Coleman and Walker. And the carry by Pittman, that's nothing. Second down and 10. So we try to get that ground game going early on. Field position dictates what you want to do with the football early in a ball game.
I'll tell you, there's another guy. Everybody talks about Ray Lewis and Peter Boulware, but it's Ed Hartwell in there at that left inside linebacker position. He'll stand up and strike you as well, number 56.
In his second year out of Western Illinois, your linebackers are Pete Boulware, Ray Lewis, Ed Hartwell, and Shannon Taylor. All stop the lone setback now from the 23 moving left in red jerseys. The snap. Brad Johnson hands off to the A-train. And Allstott digs ahead to the 25, a gain of 2. And that's it. Ray Lewis out of the University of Miami, a former teammate of our Warren Sapp. Got that tackle. But then tackling is nothing new for Ray Lewis, who has led this team every year he's been in the National Football League in tackle.
How about that? And he's playing that weak inside linebacker position in this 34 defense. Everything starts strong. He protects backside, makes a lot of plays.
The Ravens gave up 145 yards a game in that first game last week on the ground. We get just 2. Third down, 8. Toss pitch right side. Pittman breaks a tackle. Breaks another. He's to the 31, 32. He's to the 33-yard line. And I think Michael Pittman's got a first down. Needed 8 yards. Depends on the spot. And that was just great effort by the kid with the big arms out of Fresno State, Michael Pittman. And they will move the chains. First down, Bucs.
Well, big arms. He had big legs right there, Mr. Pittman. He got hit right there at the initial line of scrimmage, but able to keep the motor churning and body lean, and he gets up there to about the 33-yard line for the first.
Marcus Douglas and Adalius Thomas, a couple of ends, make the tackle, but way upfield. First down, Bucs. Huge third down conversion. Offset I formation. All stop the tailback. Keenan McCardell comes in motion from the 33, dropping the throw. Brad Johnson throws. Caught Keenan McCardell at the 41-yard line. Brad Johnson may have gone, looked toward Keyshawn Johnson. Came back to his left at Keenan McCardell. A gain of 8. McAllister made the tackle. The line of scrimmage, the 41.
Great first down production right there. But go back to that third down. I mean, that's amazing to run the toss sweep on that kind of play. I mean, they had the corner secured, able to cut it back underneath. And overrunning has been one of the problems with this defense early on in Carolina last week.
3 wideouts for the Bucs, including Joe Juravicius in the slot to the right side with Keyshawn. From the 41-yard line, moving left, second down short. And Brad Johnson's throw first down at the 46-yard line. Nothing fancy, a little turn curl in by Keenan McCardell. And right on the money, Brad Johnson's throw. Threw it low, so nobody had a chance at a pick.
Great job, Keenan McCardell. He had to motor down. He ran his route, and he was a pivot in or pivot out. He pivots out, and Brad Johnson hits him. Now, coming over the top, making the tackle, hitting his head on the ground was Ray Lewis. He comes to the sideline right now.
Needed 2, got 5. First down, 10. Buccaneers. Mike Allstott, the tailback, behind. Jameel Cook, the full. Offset I formation from the 46. The snap to Brad Johnson. Play action fake. Looks downfield. Dumps it off. Caught in the flat. Jameel Cook, 50, 45. He's to the 41-yard line to the 40 of the Baltimore Ravens. And that was a good play by Brad Johnson to Jameel Cook, the forgotten man in the Buccaneer offense.
I like that little check down. He goes in there like he's taking on one of the inside linebackers that is blitzing. Hugs up to him, then slips off to the flat. Good play calling right there. Ray Lewis still on the sideline.
14-yard pickup. And Brad Johnson has been very, very productive. Throwing the short passes. We got a huge third down conversion run by Mike Pittman. Needed 8, got 8.5. And it's first down, 10 Bucs at the Raven 40. Here's the snap. Johnson dropping, looking. He'll be hit. Whoa, he is cleanly hit from his blind side by Peter Boulware. Couple of former Florida State Seminoles getting together the hard way in the backfield, a loss of 6. And for Boulware, it is his 54th career sack. I saw his mom and dad in College Park, Maryland yesterday. Dr. Boulware.
How about that? Michael McCrary plays that left defensive end. He shoots outside and delayed blitz by Boulware. Free shot at number 14, the quarterback.
Loss all the way back to the 46, a loss of 6 yards. Second down, 16. Here's the snap. Johnson dropping, looking, throwing over the middle. He's got Keyshawn. First down at the Raven 26-yard line. Keyshawn Johnson almost made that look too fancy, didn't he? Almost juggled it, but he held on. And Ed Reed, a rookie free safety, made the tackle. A kid trying to replace Rod Woodson. They had to unload a lot of salary cap problems, didn't they?
They did. A ton of salary cap problems, but a great fingertip grab by Keyshawn. Almost all fingers, but then he bobbled it for a hair, but able to secure it, get to the ground for the first down.
Brad Johnson is a perfect 4 for 4. He comes back after getting a vicious hit from Boulware through a 20-yard strike upfield. First down, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Raven 26-yard line. Keyshawn Johnson in motion will run the ball. Pittman's cut down in the backfield. Outstanding penetration by defensive tackle Marquise Douglas. And boy, Marcus Douglas out of Howard just cut Pittman down in the backfield for a loss of about a yard.
Well, he did. Submarine in there. Had a stunt working on that right side. He splits the tackle in the guard. Submarine's underneath, and then Submarine's the back. Good play.
Brad Johnson, great huddle presence. You'd expect out of a veteran. And he calls the play and deploys Keenan McCardle wide to the right. Juravicius on the slot to the right side. Kenyatta Walker starting at right tackle today. The center, Jeff Christie. Second down, 11. Pittman, the lone setback. 4 wide receiver look. Hands off to Pittman. Runs to his left. Gets a block on the left side to the 20. He's knocked down at the 18-yard line, and that is a rock'em sock'em hit by Ed Reed. Boy, he unloads on Pittman. That is a gain to the 18-yard line, short of the first down. It will be a gain of about 10 yards. The Bucs are in the Zeno zone. Zeno Office Solutions for dependable Ricoh digital solutions, networking, copiers, printers, and fax machines. Take your company digital today with Zeno Office Solutions. Third down, 2. Raven fans know it too, don't they?
Big play here.
Raven fans are standing and making noise now. Bucs trying to convert on third down and a long 2. Allstott, the lone setback. Brad Johnson will throw, gets the pass away. Caught by Allstott, short of the first down, and he's bulldogged out of bounds. The safety, Anthony Mitchell. His key was the fullback, and he runs Allstott out of bounds. No gain on the play. Maybe about a half yard. And it will be 4th down, and in comes Martin Gramatica. And I was just going to say, when you're moving the ball as well as we're moving it, you don't want to settle for a field goal. You want the touchdown. See, this Kick for Kids is brought to you by Cardell Master Builder. There's nothing like a home built like a Cardell. For every field goal the Bucs make, Cardell Master Builders donates $100 to the Ronald McDonald House. Cardell Master Builder with new models in Fishhawk. The spot by Tom Tuba will be the 26-yard line, a 36-yard field goal effort. Martin Gramatica missed 2 last week, had 1 block. Here's the hole, the kick airborne, plenty of leg, and it's good just inside the right upright. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take the opening drive of the game and motor down the field and get a 3-pointer from Martin Gramatica. Let's take a timeout. So far, so good. Buccaneers score on our opening possession, and that's always great on the road, isn't it, Scott?
Always great. I don't care if you take the opening drive and get points in this league, you've done something.
The Buccaneers, as a team, get ready to try to contain the Ravens. Our defense allowing 118 yards on the ground, 250 yards through the air, 368 overall against New Orleans. It was a short kick by Gramatica, fielded at the 25 by an up back, and there is a swarm of Buccaneer tacklers and special teamers bringing down an up back at the 33-yard line. Nate Webster made the stick, and a very unusual kick. We tried the old pooch kick, and it's fielded at the 26-yard line, a 9-yard return. There's an official's timeout. Bucs lead 3-0. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get 3 points on the opening drive of the game. Martin Gramatica kicks the field goal. It was a 36-yarder for Gramatica, his 3rd in 5 tries in this young 2002 season. Chris Redmond, a second-year quarterback out of Louisville, calls the snaps, and as the quarterback, he'll hand it off to Jamal Lewis, and Lewis digs ahead to the 36-yard line, a gain of 3. And that's not a surprise that number 31, in his 3rd year out of Tennessee, was going to get the first call of the game.
Absolutely. They start the game with 2 tight ends, and they stack up on that left side and run that little cut play. You're going to see a lot of that all day long.
Yeah, they had Alan Rickard in there as a blocking fullback. Redmond has completed 20 of 34 passes his first year of real work in his third year out of Louisville. He has 1 career touchdown, 1 career interception. Second down and 7 from the 37-yard line. The snap. Redmond to throw. Gets the map. Nearly picked off by Ronde Barber. Had 2 paws on it. And that would have been 6 points the other way. On the far sideline, Redmond tries to throw the quick out. And there was Ronde Barber to ambush it. Almost pick it off.
Boy, oh boy. That's that 2 coverage right there. You got the corner rolled up out there in the flat. Regardless of who crosses his face, this time tight end Todd Heath trying to get out there. Perfectly read by Ronde.
And it hit Ronde Barber in the hands. It was thrown like a bullet, though. Would have been a great pick. Third down, 7. Got to reach the 44. Moving right. Shotgun set. Redmond dropping. Looking. Here's a near pickoff by Jimmy and Rice, number 97. So a couple of Buccaneers got a pair of paws on the last 2 passes from Redmond. Not a good start for Chris Redmond out of Louisville. 3 and out.
Trying to get the screen pass to the fullback, Alan Richer out there, but read perfectly by Simeon and read perfectly by Derrick Brooks there to make the play if he did catch it.
Dave Zastudol, a rookie out of Ohio to punt now, stands back at the Raven 21-yard line. Good defensive series for the Buccaneers. That's the way you play defense when you wear a pewter hat.
I've seen that before.
Karl Williams stands at the 25. We go after a block. Almost got to it. The Truth has to chase a long way for the football. It bounces away from him and will roll toward the 20. And the Ravens cover crew ties it down at the 21-yard line. Buccaneers went after that punt. Almost got a block for the second week in a row. Well, a couple of Buccaneer defenders had chances at interceptions. Ronde Barber, well, that's a familiar sound because he led the NFL in interceptions last year and went to the Pro Bowl. But how about the name Simeon Rice? Has he ever picked off a pass? I don't think so. He's generally known as that pass rusher supreme with over 67 career sacks, but he almost had a pick. And the Bucs take over after a 3-and-out defensive series. We start at the 21. Brad Johnson at quarter. Here's the snap. We'll feed the ball to Pittman left. Pittman, hard nose running, moves the pile to the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 5. And Mike Pittman out of Fresno State, 5 years as an Arizona Cardinal. He just lowers that shoulder and runs through a wall. Adelius Thomas in on the tackle along with linebacker Ray Lewis. That's hard-nosed running.
That is. I like that, man. When you can get you 5 yards, almost 5 yards on first down, that is the best way to set the table. Gives you a ton of options here on second down.
Second down and 5.5. It looks like Pittman can run equally as well to his left or his right. That was running left. Now a full set backfield with Pittman and Allstott behind Brad Johnson. The line of scrimmage just beyond the 25, moving left. The snap. Brad stops, looks, dumps it out. Is caught by Pittman in the flat 35-yard line. Still running down the Ravens sideline. They say he stepped out back at the 38-yard line, but a good throw to the running back. And you know what it looked like? It looked like Pittman leaned over and said, "What was the play in the huddle, Brad?" And he said, "Oh, okay, I like that." When it comes to him, and he gets a gain of 12 yards.
That's good. That's a good little hot read, a little 2 or 3 step block.
There's a penalty flag on the field, and it looks like illegal participation. But the Bucs will decline that, take the 12-yard penalty.
Defense, 12 men on the field. Penalties decline. First down.
In the NFL, that's only a 5-yard penalty, and the Bucs will take the 12-yard pickup on the throw from Brad Johnson to Michael Pittman. 3-0 score, Bucs. 36-yard field goal on the opening drive by Martin Gramatica. The Ravens third in the NFL. Those stats really don't mean a whole lot after 1 week. They allowed just 10 points in the loss to Carolina last week. First down, 10. The lowest scoring game, I might add, in the NFL last week. Brad Johnson on first down, drops, throws it underneath. Caught by Stecker at the 40. Looks for a block, but he's gunned down from behind at the 42. A gain of 4 on a play designed to get a whole lot more. Aaron Stecker makes his first catch of the season, and Ray Lewis has already been a busy linebacker. He had 10 tackles last week, and he's almost halfway there now, and we're still in the first quarter.
And he missed about 4 plays due to got dinged a little bit. Little woozy, came to the sideline, got straightened out, back in the huddle now.
5 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Bucs control the clock here in period number 1. On that opening drive, we used 7 minutes and 18 seconds. 9-play drive to get the field goal for Martin Gramatica. Second down and 6 from the Buck 42. Dropping Brad Johnson. Good time. Gets the pass away. Caught Pittman. First down at midfield. Michael Pittman showing him to be a force on the ground and through the air. And a go-to guy for Brad Johnson, who has just completed a 7-yard pass. And he is hotter than a match. He is a perfect 8 for 8 in the first quarter.
And that's what you want. You want that mismatch. Shannon Taylor, left outside linebacker, had man-to-man coverage on number 32, unable to keep up with it.
Keenan McCardell deploys wide to the right side. Keyshawn Johnson wide to the left. Running backs, a pair of them in the eye. Allstott and Pittman. Brad Johnson underneath center. Jeff Christie up the 49. Hand off to Allstott, and Allstott bounces off left guard and gets it across the 50-yard line to the Raven 48. Adalius Thomas out of southern Mississippi, the first guy to make the stick. And I thought I saw Brad Johnson imitating Brett Favre that time, didn't you? He looked like he was throwing a jump pass to somebody downfield.
That's one of them honesty plays. Just make sure keeping the backside honest. Quick hitter to the fullback, Mike Allstott, but they read it pretty well.
Gain of 2. Second down and 8. Bucs moving left. We're in red jerseys. We lead 3-0 from the Raven 48-yard line. Second down. One back set. Johnson dropping. Here comes the blitz. Dumps the pass. Caught by Pittman. Pittman hurdles. Gets to the 45 to the 44-yard line. Hurdle. One would-be Raven tackler. Picks up 4 yards. Had a little bit of a convoy, Scott. But the Ravens were able to get enough personnel over to cut down that screen play.
Design play to come to your left. But what Jaravicius saw on the right-hand side was Boulware getting ready to blitz. So he went hot out to the flat. If Brad would have seen that, he'd have got it to number 85, and he'd still be running.
No different. Goes to the sideline, gets his shoulder pad readjusted. Bucs face third down and 4. 3:11 to go in the quarter, and motion Bill to the tight end. They send the blitz, picked up nicely. Brad on the run throws. Drop at the 39-yard line. Keenan McCardell went down as low as he could. I thought he had a chance to make the catch, but really could not make the grab, and that would have been a first down. Brad Johnson, not known for being the best passer on the run, and he did, and that is the first time Johnson's misfired today.
That's where you want it, low and
Second
outside.
Time, beg your pardon.
Low and outside, away from the defender. Perfectly thrown ball by Brad.
Well, the Buccaneers will punt now for the first time. Tom Tupa, in his 14th year out of Ohio State, former Pro Bowl punter, stands at the Buck 41. Gets a good center snap from Solo, puts it high in the air, and waiting and calling for the fair catch. They'll watch it bounce, and there's Corey Ivy to put it out of bounds at the 2-yard line. There you go, Tom Tupa. He had forgotten about that last week's game, and he put that ball in the coffin corner, 42 yards, and this young Raven offense pinned in a hole at their own 2. 3-0 Bucs, first quarter. Let's take a timeout. Well, a marvelous punt by Tom Tupa. Punts like that got him to the Pro Bowl earlier in his career, and he pins the Baltimore Ravens inside their 3-yard line. In fact, the officials put it at the 3. Corey Ivy was down there as one of the gunners, and he was waiting to down it at the 1.
Yeah, if it had bounced forward instead of check left, he'd have been able to down it at the 2.
Chris Redmond, virtually a rookie, his first year of playing time in the National Football League, his third in the league. He'll drop back and hand the ball off. Jamal Lewis tries to run to his right. Cut down at the 6-yard line. Well, when Jamal Lewis gets ahead of steam, look out. He's a big fella at 235. Rondy Barber cut him down ankle high, and the Tennessee product, who missed the entire 2001 season with a blown-out knee, got a gain of 4 yards out to near the 7-yard line. That's where they spot the ball. That's about all you can do in this neck of the woods, is hand the ball off and say, you run, Jamal, run. From the 7, Redmond takes the snap. Play action fake. He'll throw. Looks to his left. Almost a pick, and it's knocked out of bounds. Rodney Barber again had a hand on it and knocked it away from the intended receiver. And Redmond is still over in the completion column. That was intended for Brandon Stokely in his 4th year out of Southwest Louisiana. He grew up in a football family. His daddy was his head coach.
And that wouldn't even have been close to a first down, even if he makes the catch. So great read that time by Ronde Barber. Great job of route reading. 3rd down and 6. The Buccaneers secondary, Dexter Jackson, John Lynch, Ronde Barber, and Brian Kelly. We don't go with a nickel defensive set here. Trying to pin in the Ravens. Redmond in the shotgun from his own 2. The line of scrimmage, the 7. Drops the throw. Under some heat. Gets the pass away. Wide open receiver. Led Stokely by 5 yards too many. And the youngster isn't getting the boo birds out yet. Throwing from his own end zone. May have had happy feet. And threw it way too far to the near sideline. Stokely had no chance, despite being almost a world-class sprinter. So another 3-and-out series. The Ravens in this ballgame now with 2:13 to go. Trail 3-0. And they've had the ball for just 6 plays. And this will be the second punt. I like that. The old style of Buccaneer defense.
Bucs. Karl Williams awaits The punt, Sassono from his own end zone, high in the air, waiting the truth, backpedaling the truth. Karl will field it at the 45, goes one way, comes back the other. Gets the one guy to miss, goes to the 50, got a wall over there, got a wall to the 45-40, to the 35 to the 30, to the 25 to the 20. Karl the Truth Williams will take back his fifth 3-year punt for a touchdown.
And no flags on the play. Could have been holding, could have been a pushing it back here or there, but hey, referees let them play right now. I love it.
Karl the Truth says that's why I'm on this team. 56-yard punt return, and the Bucs lead 9-0. And with that touchdown, Regal Cruises donates $100 to the Women's Resource Center in Bradenton. Regal Cruises, be part of the fun, not part of the crowd. Call 1-800-270-7245 for reservations. How about that? We're in the first quarter with a minute 54 to go, and the Truth runs one back 56 yards. Point after touchdown, Martin Gramatica out of Tommy Tupa's hole. It's spotted. There's the kick. Good. And Tampa Bay leads 10-0, but hold everything. A flag thrown by the side judge to the near side. Holding on the Bucs, and we will do it again.
Yeah, good news on that punt return was you had not only Al Singleton make it a key block, but Rondé Barber, two of your starters.
Offense. Number 81. 10-yard penalty. Replay the try.
Holding on the Bucs, Marco Battaglia. And so it'll be a 10-yard march off, and Martin Gramatica will attempt a very long point after touchdown. So don't put 10 on the board yet. It's still 9-0. The defense has played exceptionally well. 2 3-and-out series for the Baltimore Ravens, and the offense has produced a field goal, and now special teams come through. A great punt by Tupa and a 56-yard return on a punt return by the Truth. The point after from the 20-yard line hole, and Gramatica's got plenty of leg, and it's good. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead the Ravens 10-0. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Things can get pretty rough on the field, and from time to time, life can get tough, too. If an injury takes you out of the game, call the law offices of Catania and Catania. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so far so good on the road. We're trying to erase memories of last week's loss at home to the New Orleans Saints. And today, in the first quarter, the Bucs defense has held the Colts offense to nearly nothing. 6 plays, 7 yards. They've punted twice. Redmond 0 for 4. And on the other side of the ledger, Brad Johnson has been red hot. The Bucs running game has been productive. Its special teams has been superb. A field goal, a great punt, and a punt return for a TD.
Gene, couldn't you feel this coming on? I mean, this is just what the doctor ordered, even though it's still early in this ball game.
I think Richard Bisaccia got the attention of the special teams guys this week. Here's Gramatica's kick, another short one. It's fielded by Robert Tate at the 10. So it goes to the left side, cut down at the 25-yard line. I think Tate left his feet a little early.
Nate Webster knifing underneath.
Well, we'll take it. If Tate wants to go airborne, he's not going to go much further, and he was cut down by Webster, a return of 15 yards. Let's go to Ronnie Lane. Ronnie.
Coach Jon Gruden always says this is a game of emotion, and I can tell you the emotion on the Buccaneer defense, the difference is night and day from last week against New Orleans. So let's just keep it, and let's hope it continues.
Maybe we want to wear these red jerseys more often, huh? The line of scrimmage for Chris Redmond and the Ravens, the 25-yard line. They move right and trail 10-0. Play action fake. Redmond looks up the middle, gets the pass away. It is caught underneath our zone, and it will get a gain out to the 33-yard line. Bucs are pointing. They wanted a flag somewhere. A gain of 8. Jamal Lewis out of the backfield makes the catch, and Redmond gets the first pass completion of the game. But he's now 1 of 5.
The good news is a great pressure, play action, but Sapp is all over in his face and coming backside Booger McFarland. So that's good. Make him throw it to the check down.
Warren Sapp got a sack last week against the New Orleans Saints. Booger didn't get one, but they were both breathing down the back of Redmond, who wears number 7. One running back sent, and that's Chester Taylor, a rookie. Moving right from the 33. They'll hand off to Taylor. He tries to run up the gut, and we stuff it. He is mugged and mauled, and Warren Sapp won't let him go. Oh, and Sapp bulldogs him down. Here comes a flag. Warren Sapp just cost us 15 yards. Well, Ronnie was
first down.
Ronnie was just talking about the emotion on the Bucs sideline, and that's a little too much emotion. I think that the veteran Warren Sapp took offense that Chester Taylor was not going to stop turning those legs.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 99. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Marshall Faulked it. Remember that last year? same similar deal, but it was not called.
Warren Sapp guilty of the game's first penalty. I beg your pardon, second on the Bucs. I forgot the point after holding infraction. And the Ravens have their best field position of the game with 52 seconds left. We lead 10-0. Ravens now at the 49, moving right. Shotgun formation, Chris Redmond. Here's the snap. They'll run a delay to Chester Taylor. He's going to be mugged and dropped for a minimal gain. May have gotten it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. Well, the Buccaneers swarming to the football. Tough to run out of the shotgun. Dexter Jackson out of Florida State made the initial stick. During the post-game show, we'll announce the H&R block of the game. Having H&R block on your team is just plain smart. Now, that penalty on Warren Sapp was just plain dumb. And Jamal Lewis.
The only reason Jamal was not in there on that play is because he's on the sideline being tended to with some rib problems.
And Taylor, the rookie, is the lone setback now. Second down and 10 from just short of the 50. Redmond dropping and looking to the near sideline. Caught at the 50-yard line, and a tackle made by Brian Kelly at the 50-yard line. A gain of maybe a yard. Todd Heap, the tight end, made the grab. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. Tampa Bay on the road leads the Baltimore Ravens 10-0. We've never lost to the Ravens. Let's take a timeout.
Your station for NASCAR.
Your Ravens trying to even our record at 1-1, but we still got a lot of football to go. That's only one quarter in the book. Second quarter about to start now. From midfield, Ravens will move left, and they've got to reach the Buccaneer 41-yard line to keep this going. They've not converted a third down. Redmond in the shotgun formation. Right-handed thrower takes the snap. We said a safety blitz. The pass has gotten away. Caught by Heath. First down, Ravens. Randy Barber got to Redmond a little late. They get 9 yards. They needed 7, and that'll move the sticks. First third down conversion of the game by this young Baltimore Raven team.
The zone blitz that time with Rondé coming off the right side. That means Ellis Wims, or I guess it was Greg Spires on the left side, had to fake it, get out in coverage, unable to get there in time.
The Ravens really high on Todd Heap, a first-round pick in 2001, and 115 career catches in Arizona. Toss pitch, Jamal Lewis runs to the right. He's hitting the backfield, dragged 1 or 2 Bucs ahead, but then swarming guys in pewter hats, driving backwards, and Derrick Brooks hit so hard he lost his hat, but he'll put it back on. Jamal Lewis, a big load running right. That's his strength, running to his right, and he is cut down after a gain of just 1. Al Singleton.
Anybody loses his helmet as much as Derrick Brooks. I think it's that shaved head he's got.
Get a little tighter strap underneath that there. Buccaneer defenders, Al Singleton, Shelton Quarles, Derrick Brooks. Those are your linebackers up front. Greg Spires, Booger McFarland, Warren Sapp, and Simeon Rice. Second down 9 from the Buck 40. Moving left, Redmond hands it off again. This time Jamal Lewis up the gut, spun around and dropped. Sapp got him last, but underneath the stack, you're going to see Simeon Rice get up. He got the first piece of big Jamal Lewis. A gain of 6, though, right up the gut. Sometimes I think with the Bucs' overall team speed on defense, if you try to run a toss pitch or a sweep, you're going to get cut down for very little gain. If you go right up the gut and attack the middle of that line, sometimes you have success.
Yeah, that was a good little 5-6 yard gain right there, but Jamal just good vision, but still popping going on that defensive front.
Third down 3, the ball at the Buccaneer 34-yard line. Lewis, the lone setback. Chris Redmond, it's quarter. Will take the snap. He'll drop. He'll feed the ball to Lewis, and Lewis is mugged, and he will not get the first down. Boy, that's a big beef he's trying to run through. Warren Sapp just stood Jamal Lewis straight up and said, "You're not going any further." And that's a big hit. A loss of a yard. Good penetration by Warren Sapp, moving that offensive line, directed by Mike Flynn, the center around, and getting to the ball carrier. And in comes the punter.
What happened last week, I don't think you'll see out of this defense anymore. It might be a blessing in disguise, because I guarantee you right there, that was some want-to out of this defense.
Last time the Bucs returned a punt for a touchdown was last year against Detroit. Carl the Truth did it just about 10 minutes ago. Here comes the second punt, high in the air, wobbly, wounded, will hit at the 3 and will bounce back at the 5, and we're in dangerous territory. That is an outstanding punt by a rookie, Dave Zastudel. Out of Ohio, an All-American punter 4 years in a row, and Bart Scott downed it at the 5. 10-0 Bucs. Let's take a timeout. Now the Buccaneers lead the Ravens 10-0, but right now, for the first time, the Ravens got a little bit of offense, aided by a 15-yard unnecessary roughing penalty, and then a beautiful 30-yard punt by a rookie to the 5-yard line. Bucs are pinned in just outside the 5 now. Leading 10-0. Mike Allstott, the lone setback. Brad Johnson at quarter. Wide to the right side. McCardell hands off to Allstott, running left, and Allstott tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's not what you want on first down. And this crowd can get very, very loud. They know they got a young team. This team franchise won a Super Bowl, but they lost almost everybody that took them to the Super Bowl in the Lombardi Trophy. And they know this is a young team, and so they're going to get behind them and cheer. I don't think they're going to boo this team today.
I don't think so. Cornell Brown right there making a play. One of those other linebackers. They rotate some fresh bodies into the game.
A loss of 1 on the run by Allstott. Now Allstott and Cook in the pro set behind Brad Johnson. The snap, Brad looked left, nose left, caught by Allstott, hit. Is it incomplete? Is it ruled incomplete? It is, because the ball was knocked away. And the official right there on the play said that Chris McAllister knocked the ball away before it was caught by Mike Allstott. 3rd down and 11. Bucs are 2 out of 4 on 3rd down conversions, but this is a tough one. This is as tough as it gets at your own 4-yard line, needing to convert 3rd down 11. What play do you call, Coach Jon Gruden? Double wide to the near side of the slot, Joe Juravicius. Keenan McCardell to Brad Johnson's right. Keyshawn Johnson to the left. Here's the snap. Johnson dropping into his own end zone. Looking upfield, throwing upfield. It is caught. Juravicius has it. He's got a Buccaneer first down at the 18-yard line. A timing play all the way. Johnson buys time, rolling to his right. It hits Joe Juravicius right in the hands for the first down.
No underneath help at all. The motion that came across, the corner came with him, and then he ran the corner cap from the left side, allowing nobody in the flat. Great pitch and catch that time by Brad Johnson to Joe Juravicius.
Brad came out, scrambling to his right by design, put it on the spot, and Joe Juravicius chased it down near sideline. 14-yard pickup, first down at the 18, moving at the 19 it is. Brad Johnson, quick out, caught by Pittman, one-on-one. Pittman, stiff arm on a corner. He's bulldogged down out of bounds. Look out, could have been a flag on the defender. On the left side, near sideline, Chris McAllister.
McAllister's a bad boy, too, now. He's a Pro Bowl type player. He's a big corner, 6'1", about 210 pounds.
First round pick, number 10 pick overall out of Arizona. He played on that Desert Storm defense at Arizona, where they were pretty tough in his 4th year in the National Football League. He's one of the corners. The other corner is Gary Baxter, although Alvin Porter started for Baxter on that left corner position.
McAllister just came to the sideline with an equipment problem.
2nd down and 5, a 5-yard pickup on that run after the catch. Brad Johnson looks left, fires left, caught by Keyshawn at the 29-yard line, and he's close to a first down. Boy, Keyshawn had to climb a ladder. He's a tall target to begin with. If that was Keenan McCardell, that ball sails into the Buccaneer bench area. Keyshawn goes up and grabs it. Baxter and Reed brought him down, and that's close to the first down marker, and referee Terry McCauley says that is a Bucs first down.
Forward progress.
Now, this drive began at the Buccaneer 5-yard line. We do a remarkable job just to get it off our goal line, Scott Brantley.
Sure did.
Now you got it at the 29. You got some room to work with.
I love it.
Buccaneers on the move, moving right. We lead 10-0 in the 2nd quarter, 9:58 to go. Brad Johnson takes the snap, toss pitch to Brad Pittman, a Cozy Coleman follows. He's the convoy. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. Grabbed him up around the helmet, didn't he? But a gain of 5 on a toss pitch to the right side. Good to see old Cozy Coleman playing for the Buccaneers again, overcoming the knee injury on, opening day on the warm-up against the Miami Dolphins. And Coleman, boy, he's a convoy, isn't he?
He is. Good job pulling around there, making something happen. But a good pin block by Marco Battaglia, coming down and securing the corner, taking that defensive end out of the play.
Middle linebacker Ed Hardwell got a piece of the ball carrier, brought him down. It is 2nd down and 5. Good gain on first down. Pittman, the lone setback. 3 wide receivers. Brad Johnson looking one way, pumping one way. He looks to his left, throws the ball downfield. Intended for Keenan McCardell. A flag thrown, and it could be defensive holding on Keyshawn. Keyshawn on the near sideline was who Brad Johnson wanted to go to. It was the old pump fake, the stop and go, and the defensive back had to grab Keyshawn. That'll be defensive holding, and the Bucs will get a first down.
Yes,
I believe.
But then the pressure was there.
Illegal contact. Defense. Number 28, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, Gary Baxter in his second year out of Baylor, they tried to get him to bite on the stop-and-go Keyshawn, and that's who Brad wanted to throw to, and when he couldn't throw to Brad, he just threw the deep post, hoping Keenan McCardell could catch up to
that's
him.
the first time I've seen a receiver actually his route breakdown, and then boom, go find some open space. Go find, that's when it becomes street ball. Yeah. Perfectly done by Keenan, but Brad overthrew him. It would have been a touchdown.
Buccaneers first down now via the penalty. We lead 10-0 from the 39-yard line, moving right. The snap, handoff up the gut. Allstott follows a blocker, puts his shoulder down, rams it into a Raven or two, and gets ahead for a couple of yards. Mikey Kimo Oto in on the tackle. I'm going to call him Chemo if it's okay with you, Scott. 3-yard pickup by the A-Train, and the Buccaneers get a positive gain. That line of scrimmage was closer to the 40 than the 39, so give him a gain of 3 out across the 42-yard line.
And second down, 7. Talked about the importance of first down, getting some space. If you get 2, 3 yards, 4 yards, sometimes 5, that's a great starting point.
Bucs not spending a whole lot of time in the huddle, are they? Aaron Stecker and Mike Allstott now are in the game. Stecker wide left, and you got Allstott behind Johnson. Dropping Brad Johnson. Pump fake Brad Johnson looking downfield. He looks downfield, gets the ball off. Oh, caught by Allstott. He's a marked man and dropped. He is clobbered as he made the catch at the 40-yard line. Will lose a yard. Ray Lewis. He's been around the game of football a long time, but he wasn't fooled. He saw an eligible receiver in his area, and he tattooed big number 40. A loss back to the 41. Call it a loss of 2. Third down and 9. Bucs need to reach the 50-yard line.
I've seen Allstott being hit today as hard as I've ever seen him get hit. You don't normally see that big guy go down like that.
Bucs have a Martin Gramatica 36-yard field goal, a Karl Williams 56-yard punt return. We lead 10-0. Third down. Pittman, lone setback. 3 wide and a tight end to the left. Here's the snap, dropping Brad Johnson. Delayed blitz. Picked up. Oh, catch by Pittman to the 50. Pittman to the 45 to the 40. Pittman to the 45 to the 34-yard line. And Pittman gives you some wiggle after he makes the first down catch. He's a big fella doing some dancing, and that picks up 36 yards on third down and 9.
And there's your mismatch right there. Mike Nolan's defense, they go to the man coverage. The adjustment on Pittman had to be moved out by Ray Lewis. Did a little shake and bake, get inside, makes the catch.
Shake and bake, he showed some wiggle for a big fella, and he's got us a first down at the Raven 35-yard line. 36-yard catch and run. 25-yard catch and run, beg your pardon. First down, Bucs at the Raven 35. The snap, handoff Allstott, up the gut, the big fella. Ties with second effort, and he gets ahead for a couple of yards to the 32. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing some smash mouth football, but showing off that Jon Gruden West Coast offense, and I think Brad Johnson he's absorbed that playbook and then some, the way he's engineering this offense today against the Baltimore Ravens. They spot the ball at the 34. I had given Allstott a gain of 2.5. They say he got just 1 second down 9.
Barely a yard on that play.
Keyshawn Johnson wide left. Long count, Brad Johnson. Keyshawn comes in motion. Here's the snap with the 34. Brad drops, looks, flushed out of the pocket. He got rid of the ball. He had an eligible receiver in the area. That was Todd Yoder. He got rid of it to avoid the second sack of the game. 1 sack so far. Bullware really smeared Brad Johnson. But that time, Brad got rid of the face. Third down and 9. Got to reach the 25.
Lottie's coming in and out of this defensive huddle here. Ray Lewis is a constant. Boulware a constant. McAllister a constant. Everybody else is kind of floating in and out of the game.
Third down 9. Bucs have been successful on third down today. Let's see how Brad Johnson fares. Allstott the lone setback. 3 wide receivers tied into the right side. Here's the snap. Looking Brad Johnson. Hard slant. Caught McCardell. Flag thrown at the 25-yard line. Bucs have a first down. Keenan on a hard slant gets a perfect throw for Brad Johnson. But remember the flag. Keyshawn doing some. He's doing some barking over there.
He was being held.
Penalty's got to be on Baltimore. We know that, but I think the Bucs will decline and take the first down grab, won't they?
I think so.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense, number 24. Penalties decline. First down.
First down, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And how about the Bucs on third down? Brad Johnson, uncanny today. We are 4 out of 6.
We look like that team did against us last week.
Yeah, we couldn't stop New Orleans on third down. And today we convert on third down. Last week the Saints converted 10 of 20 third down opportunities. We were just 37% on third down, 7 of 19. Goodness. We've converted 4 of them today. Here's the snap of the 25. Handoff. Pittman looks for a little hole behind Allstott. It doesn't open up very wide. And Pittman sort of turns sideways and wiggles those shoulders ahead for a gain of a yard running to his right. Allstott not known for his blocking prowess, but he's trying to do his part to help this team win football games.
Well, what it does, it manages the clock, Gino. I mean, you want more production on that. You want more than 1 yard, but still, look at the clock. It's running down to 5:20 and counting.
10-0 Bucs, thanks to Karl the Truth's 56-yard punt return, his 5th career punt return touchdown. The franchise's 6th. From the 24, second down 9. Here's the snap. Brad Johnson dropping. Here comes he. Gets the pass away, and it's overthrown. There is a flag thrown in the deep secondary. The back judge saw holding in the secondary and threw the flag from under the goalpost. Holding on the defense, and that'll give the Buccaneers an automatic first down.
I'll tell you, Alvin Porter and Gary Baxter, 2 youngsters, having a hard time.
Defense, number 58, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Now, Boulware guilty of the miscue, and the Ravens fans are not booing their defense. They're booing the official's call. 5:07 to go, and we're in field goal range, and we're in the Zeno zone. By golly, the ball is spotted at the 19-yard line. Zeno Office Solutions for dependable Rico Digital Solutions, networking copiers, printers, and fax machines. Take your company digital today with Zeno Office Solutions. This will be the 14th play of the drive from the 19-yard line. High formation, Allstott and Pittman. Jurevicius in motion will run the toss pitch. Here comes a convoy for Pittman. Pittman is drilled as he got to the 17-yard line by and Cornell Brown. Boy, Lewis with a textbook stick of the Buccaneer ball carrier. A net gain of 2. Boy, that was a convoy running right.
Good looking. Guards pulling, people pinning inside. Good little positive game, but blew up by number 52, Ray Lewis from Lakeland.
In that offensive line of the Buccaneers features 2 guys that didn't play last week. Kenyatta Walker at right tackle and Cozy Coleman at right guard. And good to see those guys pulling around and knocking down somebody in a white uniform. Second down and 8 from the Ravens, 17. Here's the snap. Brad Johnson, play action fake, gets the pass off, caught off out of the 15. All-stop fumble, the football out of bounds. Close to the 10-yard line. Hang on to it, Michael. He was sandwiched by Cornell Brown and another Raven, but the ball is fumbled out of bounds.
It will be returned to the spot of the fumble,
which was the 12-yard line, so a gain of 5 will bring up third down and 3.
Got hammered right there, but it was still a good pitch and catch. Good positive yards. Now you're looking at third and a long 3. But still, on the sideline, you can afford to cough it up out of bounds.
Clock restarted again, 4:07 and counting. Bucs at the 12-yard line need to reach the 9. 1 back set, Michael Pittman. 3 receivers. Tight end. Play action on a bootleg. Here's the pass. It is dropped at the 10-yard line, in and out of the hands of Marco Battaglia, and I don't think, well, it may have gotten the first down. There was a backer hung it all over number 81, but incomplete pass on third down. Here comes Martin Gramatica. The Buccaneers got a Martin Gramatica field goal, his 100th attempt earlier in the game. That was a 36-yarder. This one will be at the 20, a 30-yard field goal for Martin. Out of the hold of Tom Tupa. That drive, 16 plays, 81 yards. And we're going to try to get 3 on the board, leading 10-0. Here's the snap, a good one. Martin Gramatica puts a dent in the football. It's good. We lead 13 to zip. Kick for Kids brought to you by Cardell Master Builder. There's nothing like a home built like a Cardell. For every field goal the Bucs make, Cardell Master Builder donates $100 to the Ronald McDonald House. Cardell Master Builder with new models in the Meadows. Bucs 16-play drive. We get 3, and it started back at our 4-yard line. How about that? Bucs 13, Ravens nothing. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Well, last week the time of possession reversed as the Saints dominated in the first half. We've had it almost 20 minutes to the Ravens, 7 minutes today. Here's the kickoff deep into the end zone, and they will bring it out. The Bucs miss a tackle or 2, and lunging to the 28-yard line goes the returner. That's a pretty good-looking return. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead the Baltimore Ravens 13-0, and Robert Tate's return is all the way out to the 28-yard line. There's a break in the action. Officials timeout. Well, let's take a timeout. The Ravens have it, first down at their 27-yard line. Moving left, play action fake. Redmond under pressure. He gets out of the sack, throws it too tall. Almost picked off by Al Singleton. Had it in his hands, had to climb the ladder, and Sapp almost had a sack. Redmond showing his inexperience. He put that ball up for grabs, and there was nothing but a guy in red uniform anywhere near where that ball came down.
He didn't want to throw it. He wanted to lay down somewhere, and Sapp had him corralled, but unable to pull him to the ground.
Chris Redmond is 3 for 8. Sapp almost had his second sack in as many games. He wants to become the Bucs' all-time sack leader. Got a little bit of work ahead to beat Leroy Selman. Second down 10 from the 27. Here's the snap. Play action fake. Redmond goes down. Great rush left side. And Ellis Williams has the sack. The second of the first of the game by a Buccaneer. With 3:35 to go in the first half, Ellis Williams has a quarterback sack. And with that sack, the Greater Tampa Bay, Lakeland, Fort Ritchie, and Sarasota Mitsubishi dealers donate $100 to the John Lynch Foundation. Mitsubishi, wake up and drive. And Chris Redmond's probably saying, I need to wake up and drive. Where am I? He got a vicious
I
hit.
want somebody to call me tomorrow and tell me that Warren Sapp doesn't play hard.
That's a loss.
What's this guy today?
Loss of 9. Third down, 19. Shotgun set. They need to reach the 37. Here's Redmond dropping. Gets the pass underneath. Caught by Jamal Lewis. Puts on the brakes. Tries to wiggle left, and he got about 9 yards back, and that's all. And it'll be 3 and out for the Ravens. They'll have to punt again. Derrick Brooks playing deep zone, made the read and made the tackle. He's a good tackler in the open field.
He is that. He and Ronnie Barber, two of the best in the business.
Yeah, you like the way Warren Sapp put pressure, and then that opened up with the double team, opened up a clean lane for Ellis Williams to get through and make the quarterback sack. Good job, Bucs. And the Ravens will have to punt. Karl Williams away. He's run one back today. We lead 13-0. A low snap for the left-toed kickers. Astudillo kicks it. Good punt. Backpedaling the truth to the 20. Looks for a block. Gets one. Cuts it back to the left. He breaks one tackle. Still on his feet, and he's dropped to the 26-yard line. The truth is always exciting. Bucs lead 13-0. Martin Gramatica has kicked a couple of field goals. The Truth ran one back 56 yards. It's been all Bucs here in Baltimore. Well, let's take a timeout. Martin Gramatica, 2 field goals, a 36 and 30-yarder. Karl Williams, a 56-yard punt return touchdown. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead the Baltimore Ravens 13-0. We are late in the second quarter, 2:18 to go. Bucs have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. We start this series at our 26, moving left. Dump off pass, Allstott. He's to the 35, to the 40, to the 44-yard line. The 8 train takes it right up the middle on a nice throw over the line of scrimmage for 18 yards. Nothing fancy about that play. Get it to a playmaker. That's what he does.
Nothing fancy at all. Linebackers taking their drop.
That is the 2-minute warning.
And it's brought to you by the leader in the field, Time Warner, redefining home entertainment. 13-0 Bucs. We've got it first down at our 43. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
Score big with Sports Radio 1010 The Team. Listen to the post-game call-in show after every game. Then Monday nights at 5, it's the Buck Report with head coach Jon Gruden. Followed by the Armchair Quarterback Show with a different player each week. Tuesday nights at 6, it's Warren's World. Nobody talks the talk like Warren Sapp. Thursdays at 6, it's the Ronde Barber Show. Talk with the people who play the game on the home of the Bucs. Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
Hi, I'm Steve Katzman, president.
With 2 minutes left to go, that's a lot of time. Brad Johnson and this Jon Gruden offense can pick up a lot of yards in a short period of time with working the sideline as we did obviously last week in the final 5 minutes of the New Orleans game.
And for a tired defense, that's an eternity, 2 minutes.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the left of Brad Johnson, 1 running back, Mike Pittman, the line of scrimmage, the 43 we mentioned. Here's Brad Johnson dropping, flush to his right, flush, throws it out of bounds, right into the Baltimore bench area. And Brad making the right choice that time. Everybody obviously covered. Michael Pittman was in the area, but there was no way Brad was going to flirt with a pick, and he just threw it away. A minute 55 to go, so you lose 5 seconds. Miami all over Indiana, 20-3. Jacksonville and KC tied. Buffalo, Minnesota later. And here it's 13-0 Buccaneers. Brad Johnson, 14 of 20 for 123 yards. And he has moved the Buccaneers. Last time we had the ball, we started at our own 5-yard line, and it resulted in a 16-play drive with a field goal. From the 43, second down, 10 outside, blitz coming. Brad finds a receiver on the flat left side. Jurabishus knocked out of bounds. Got a gain, headed upfield right in front of the Bucs bench area to the 47. Give him 4 yards on the carry, or the catch rather. And backup safety Chad Williams and strong safety Anthony Mitchell shoved him out of bounds. That stops the clock, and there's 1:50 left to go in the first half.
And they're looking upstairs. They're looking because that time they had man coverage. Peter Bower on his left side had Michael Pittman one-on-one coverage. That is a true mismatch.
For the Buccaneers get to the line of scrimmage and take a timeout.
Charge timeout. Tampa Bay. It will be a 30-second timeout.
No matter what your definition of the perfect Florida beach getaway might be, the Tradewinds Island resorts will exceed your expectation. Whether it's the solitude of the Sandpiper Resort, the family-friendly Island Grand Resort, or the free-spirited excitement of the Serrata Beach Resort. Call now and ask for our Gotta Get Away package, and you'll receive your third night free. 1-866-JUST-LET-GO-NOW.
My St. Pete boys are all bunched up at Harry's Beach Bar right now at the Serrata, watching the game, listening to it on the radio.
Yep, getting ready. And by the way, this week something new for our fans that watch on the tube and listen to radio, computer synchronization. So the audio matches the video, and you get superb stereo quality on the Buccaneers flagship station. Third down. 6. Here's the snap out of the timeout. Johnson dropping. Coxion throws it upfield, and he just heaved it as far as he could. Threw it away. Good coverage on the left side secondary. Keyshawn, Keenan, and Joe Juravicius, all three covered very well. And Adalius Thomas and that old trail dog safety Chad Williams chasing Brad Johnson. So they come up with a blitz package that puts heat on our quarterback, and Brad throws it away.
Good observation, Gene.
Tom Tupa has a well-rested leg. He got a dandy off the last time, pinned him in at the 3. Here's a good snap from Sold, and Tupa line drive kick, aiming toward the corner, and it's going to hit at the 1 and bounce into the end zone. Chris McAllister. In that situation, the line of scrimmage was your own 47-yard line. I don't think you can fault Tom Tupa for just getting a big toe into it. And the Tupa toe boots it into the end zone. They'll have a touchback, but no chance of a return. And moving the ball further upfield. So the Bucs special teams will accept that touchback, and the Ravens will start with 1:37 to go. 97 seconds left. Now the Ravens have 3 timeouts remaining.
And when you got a young quarterback, it'll be interesting to see what the play calling will be. Matt Cavanaugh being the offensive coordinator. Will he open this thing up, or will they be highly conservative? We'll find out.
Let's see what Chris Bretman will do. I formation now with a fullback in the tail. Jamal Lewis will get the call. He'll ride a run up the gut, and the Bucs are waiting for a point.
That might bring out a Bluebird.
Warren Sapp crunches along with other Buccaneers. The ball carrier Jamal Lewis, and you and I were talking during the break. I said, what do you like and what you see from Warren? You said you're seeing chaos in there.
I see controlled chaos up front with the number 4 guys up front, and then the 3 backers playing extremely hard. I like that.
Gain of 2, second down 8. The Home Depot halftime show's coming up. Al Keck will get you updated on all the scores, and we'll hear from head coach Jon Gruden. From the 22, moving left, the Ravens. They trail 13-0. Play action fake Raven. Redmond throws the pass. Caught. Hard slant. Stokely's got it 40, 45 to the 47-yard line. Stokely with the longest play of the day, and Raven fans have something to cheer about with 53 ticks left in the first half.
Charge timeout. Baltimore.
Bad job on that left corner with Brian Kelly. Has him, and you got to force him. You got to force him inside to your help, obviously, but you got to do a better job of trailing. Not a good job at all. And then he didn't sell out and try to tackle him, waiting on the safeties to come do their job. Dexter Jackson finally brings him down.
Well, Brandon Stokely caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl 35 victory by the Ravens down in Tampa, and last week led the Raven receivers with 6 grabs. And the coach's son has the biggest play of the game, a 25-yard catch and run.
Directional Louisiana schools down here, where they play a pretty good brand of football.
His dad, Nelson Stokely, was the head coach at Southwest Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns. They had 27 total yards passing in the entire first half until that 25-yard catch. From the 47, moving left now. First down. Chris Redmond in the shotgun. Heap in motion, the tight end. Here's the snap. Here comes Heap. Gets the pass away. Caught Jamal Lewis in the fight. Good tackle at the 50-yard line by Pro Bowler Ronde Barber. Nobody tackles one-on-one against a bigger guy than number 20 in red, Ronde Barber.
Second charge timeout. Baltimore. 30-second timeout.
Timeout Ravens, they're second. They got one left, and the ball is squarely on the 50-yard line. How about Ronde Barber's textbook tackle?
You don't realize how good a tackle that is. People say, well, he got bowled over. Well, that's a 245-pound back. Now, he came into camp about 250, trimmed it down a little bit, but that's a big man coming at you. Just make the tackle, bring him to the ground. If you miss him, it ends up being a first down.
Now, if you want to know how difficult that is, go down to the railroad tracks and stop a freight train. No, don't do that. But that's how difficult stopping Jamal Lewis one-on-one in the flat, and that is a textbook bit of tackling by Ronde Barber. Second down, 7. The ball is at the 50-yard line. A long 7 it is. Ravens move left. They got one timeout. Chris Redmond at quarter. Here comes a blitz. Here comes a blitz. Gets the pass away. It's dropped at the 40-yard line. Hit it out of the hands of Travis Taylor. Taylor.
Thrown behind him, though.
He's from Jacksonville, played at the University of Florida, came out a year early, and Travis Taylor is supposed to be the man this year in this offense. And that pass was thrown behind, I think a little bit because of the pressure.
Yeah, but the pressure came really, really late. John Lynch didn't disguise it quite well enough. Should have hit that hole a lot quicker than he did.
Third down, Bucs have the nickel package with 5 defensive backs in there. They got to reach the Buck 43. Redmond in the shotgun, throwing left. Here's the snap. Pressure coming from the outside. Gets the pass away. Caught underneath by Jamal Lewis. Going to the side. Oh, good tackle by Derrick Brooks. He got the first down, but could not get to the sideline to stop the clock.
And guess what? His hat came off again. Number 55.
Get that hat on, Derrick. Here come the Ravens. They'll probably spike it down, preserve a timeout. 22 seconds left, and that's exactly what Chris Redmond is going to do. Well, we've seen 2 outstanding tackles by 2 Pro Bowls. That's why these guys get voted by their peers to go to Hawaii. Ronde Barber, the play before that, and Derrick Brooks denies Jamal Lewis the sideline to stop the clock, so they have to waste it down with a spike job. 21 seconds left.
And that's 2-man right there. You got an umbrella over the top on the left side with John Lynch, Dexter on the left side. Everything else is man-to-man underneath. Only way they're going to help you is on a big over-the-top play.
Well, Matt Stover, not as long a kicker as he used to be. The ball is at the Buccaneer 41-yard line. 42, they say, officially. It's second down and 10. And Redmond's in the shotgun.
Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
And referee Terry McCauley has the clock operator reset to 25. Now they restart it. There are 21 seconds on the game clock. Left in the first half, we lead 13-0. Here's the snap. Redmond dropping, throws it up for grabs. Johnny Lynch goes for the pick, and it's knocked away. Ronde Barber and John Lynch went up to pick the ball, and Stokely went up for the grab. And I think it was Lynch that knocked it away from Stokely, who may have had a chance to make the catch at the 15-yard line.
Or he could have knocked it away from Ronde. Either way, knock it down to the ground. Disallow the receiver catching the ball.
16 seconds left. Bucs lead 13-0. A couple of Martin Gramatica field goals. And a Karl Williams 56-yard punt return. Our offense hasn't produced points, but they have dominated time of possession.
Down in distance right here.
Third down 10. They got to reach the Buccaneer 32. Formation, shotgun. Bucs jump offside. Redmond's got a 3 down. Throws downfield. And for the Ravens, third down and 5, thanks to the penalty. The line of scrimmage is the 37. They got to get to the 32. Redmond dropping, looking to his right, throwing to his right, and he overthrows his intended receiver. That was Travis Taylor, right sideline around the 20-yard line. It's fourth down, and they're going to bring in the long-legged one. That's J.R. Jenkins. See if he can kick a long field goal.
This is where you need a middle push. Get big in right up front in the A-gap right there around the center, because this trajectory has got to be awfully low for him to make that long of a kick.
J.R. Jenkins will attempt a 55-yard field goal. A lot younger leg than Matt Stover. Out of the hold of Dave Zastudil. It's a good spot. It's blocked up the middle, live ball. Bucs swarming forward. Ronde Barber's got the block. And we've got it still live ball. Running the football. It's Simeon Rice. Where did he learn how to run? He's tackled punter at the 38 on the final play of the first half. J.R. Jenkins, the kicker.
That is the end of the first half.
Makes a touchdown, saving tackle. Simeon Rice was going coast to coast after Rodney Barber blocked the punt of the field goal attempt. And he must have been trying to emulate his former high school teammate Donovan McNabb with those shifty shake-and-bake moves. The first half ends on a phenomenal note. The Buccaneers on the road lead 13-0 over the Baltimore Ravens here in Baltimore. Let's take a timeout.
Buccaneer football, Yankee baseball, NASCAR, 1010, the sports assignment.
We started, and we got to prove we can do that. Seem to have more consistency in the offensive line with Cozy Coleman back in there. Yeah, that helps us, obviously. He's a guy that started games and a guy we're counting on him being a leader here. I've been pleased with those guys. He and Kenyatta played well in the first half. All right, we'll talk to you after the game. Okay.
In all defense and defense is the name of the game for Brian Billick's football team, because these guys set an NFL record allowing just 165 points en route to a Super Bowl championship.
How about that?
Of course, that's, apples and oranges. Here the Buccaneers will kick away, and we're underway in the second half. Martin Gramatica's kickoff. Robert Tate fields at the 5. He runs right now up the middle. He goes to the 20, cuts back to his left, tries to get the corner turn, and the Bucs swarm and drop him at the 21-yard line. Boy, outstanding special teams play today, and Corey Ivey got a piece of him.
John
and
Howell.
So did Dwight Smith and John Howell.
All of them in there.
Special teams have been special today. 16-yard kickoff return by Robert Tate. How special have they been? We get a 56-yard punt return touchdown and a Karl the Truth. Martin Gramatica's 2 for 2 on field goals, and we block a field goal just before the end of the first half. First time the Bucs have blocked a field goal since the 2000 season against Dallas. Marcus Jones got that one. We're underway now, and Chris Redmond's going to try to get the Ravens offense on track. And they'll feed the ball to Jamal Lewis.
That's
football.
trouble.
It's loose back to the 17. Bucs go after it. We got it. Hits the pylon. It's out of bounds, and it's a safety. Should have been a touchdown. We had 3 Buccaneers with a chance to grab it. It rolled to the 1 and then hit the pylon. We get just 2. Should have had 7.
A gift.
Game's first. Actually, it's not a turnover, it's a safety, but it was a fumble by Jamal Lewis on just a simple toss pitch, run to the left on the first play of the second half. The safety because the ball hit the pylon, and that means it's out of bounds.
People ain't even got back to the seats. They won't even know what happened.
And the opening play of the second half is a nightmare for the Baltimore Ravens and head coach Brian Billick.
Johnny Lynch will be kicking himself all day long after that.
A safety. And it's the Bucs' first safety defensively since the Detroit game in 2000.
I hear Sapp jawing on the sideline, and that parabolic's getting on Lynch about not being able to recover the fumble for a touchdown.
14:44 left. Second half just underway, and the Bucs have 2 points on the board. 15-0. Sounds like a Baltimore Orioles score.
And the great news is Baltimore has to kick off to Tampa Bay from the 20. Free kick.
Now, Lynch got on that ball, but it was in the end zone, right? So he gets credit for the safety.
Yes, he does.
On a fumble by Jamal Lewis, and that is a fumble and a safety. Game's first turnover. And the Buccaneers, Aaron Stecker awaits back around the 20-yard line. And J.R. Jenkins will kick it away. I beg your pardon, Zestapol, the punter. Punts it high in the air. The Truth backpedals to the 17. Looks for a wedge on the near side. Goes to the left now. He tries to get the corner. Puts on the brakes, and the Truth just buries his head into a bunch of tacklers in white uniforms at the 39-yard line. So the Buccaneers will have pretty good field position to begin the opening series of the third quarter, thanks to the safety and then the free kick. Bucs 15 and the Ravens nothing. If you just came back in out of the kitchen to enjoy the second half, already a safety, and the Bucs have added 2 to our side of the scoreboard.
And they spotted that ball right at the 40-yard line.
So the Truth brings it from the 17 to the 40. A return of 13 yards. He ran one back 56 today. One back set. Brett Johnson takes the snap, hands the ball off. Pittman running right, and he gets a block and lowers his shoulder and gets a gain of 5. I like the way Michael Pittman runs the football. That time running to his right, lowering his shoulder, felt contact, and he finished the run the way you're supposed to. Hartwell and Lewis made the tackle.
He is constant motion. Legs, arms, head, everything's moving at one time, and tough guy to bring down.
Offensive line of the Buccaneers, Robin Oben at left tackle, Kerry Jenkins at left guard, Jeff Christie the center, Cozy Coleman and Kenyatta Walker on the right side at right guard and right tackle. 2nd down and 5. Battaglia in motion, will run Allstott up the gut, got a block and just digs ahead to the 48-yard line. The A-Train gets a gain of 3 on 2nd down. 3rd down and 2. Bucs dominated time of possession in the first half, 20 minutes and 12 seconds to just 9:48 by the Ravens. Greg Kelly and Hartwell collaborate to make that tackle, the nose tackle and the middle linebacker.
So that could have gone for a loss, but big number 40, the A-Train, kept the head low and kept those legs churning. A little less than a yard shy of 1st down.
Now Allstott will be the fullback. Pittman, the tailback, swings into motion. A shift now as the tight end Battaglia comes to the backfield. Now McCardell in motion. From the 48, Brad Johnson, a short drop, swings it out, caught by the A-Train. He's got the 1st down at the 50 and lumbers to the 48-yard line. That time you gain a 1st down, I think, thanks to the formation and the motion of the Buccaneers. Jon Gruden offense.
That's exactly right. And Chris McAllister in that 2 coverage out there had to be the corner to come up here and deal with the big fella. So able to get the 1st down as he cut back inside on Mr. McAllister.
What a difference a week makes. The Bucs convert 50% of our 3rd down opportunities, and we notch 1 for 1 here in the 3rd quarter. Had 187 net yards in the first half. The Ravens had just 70. 1st down, and the Raven 47. Delay handoff Pittman. They had him in the backfield. He reverses field, and now he'll get to the 49-yard line, a loss of a couple of yards. That was almost a busted play, and one of the few times today the Bucs offense has really blown an assignment. Greg busted up that play in the backfield. Looks like an exchange problem, Scott.
Somewhere, I guarantee you, 52 was involved.
That's
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis out of Miami. Loss on the carry by Pittman of about a yard and a half. Almost 2, so call it 2nd down and 12. The ball is at the Raven 49-yard line. Mark to make is the Raven 37. The snap, Brad Johnson, 7-step drop, looks over the middle, throws over the middle, caught Keyshawn at the 30. He's to the 27-yard line. Bucs' longest play of the day through the air.
Keyshawn amazes me, running that dig route across about 15 yards. Great protection. Can't say enough about having Cozy Coleman back, and a new Kenyatta Walker on that right side protecting Kerry Jenkins. The rest of them on that left side doing their job as well.
Well, let me correct myself. The longest pass completion to a wide receiver earlier, a catch and run by Michael Pittman, got us 24 yards. That moves the sticks. It's 1st down, 10 of the Raven, 27-yard line. Moving right, the Bucs in all red. Toss pitch left side to Pittman. Drags it out. Takes it to the corner. Cooks his head upfield, and he's run out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So a gain of about a yard and a half.
Ray Lewis, inside-out pursuit from his inside linebacker position. Good job, Ray Lewis, once again.
11:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Bucs lead 15-0. And after the ball is reset, then the clock will start. Bucs dominate time of possession. This Raven defense has got to be worn out, wouldn't you think?
Definitely so. See it on the faces of most of those defenders.
Run the toss pitch to the left. Let's see what Jon Gruden's got up his sleeves now. From the snap of Jeff Christie, Brad Johnson dropping back to throw. 7-step drop, looks over the middle, fires over. Caught McCardell at the 10-yard line. That's a frozen rope to McCardell.
Talk about
1st
levels.
and goal.
Everything happens on levels. Keyshawn running the post, and everybody bit on McCardell underneath, but they were reading the quarterback. That's why Keyshawn became so wide open in the end zone.
Bucs are in the Zeno zone. Zeno Office Solutions for dependable Ricoh Digital Solutions, networking, copiers, printers, and fax machines. Take your company digital today with Zeno Office Solutions. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 17-yard throw by Brad Johnson. Boy, that was a frozen rope. Keyshawn Johnson wide left, McCardell wide to the right. Michael Pittman, Jameel Cook, all the running backs in the eye from the 9. Johnson hands it off. Pittman blasts it up the gut. He gets it to about the 6-yard line. Now, it was in the previous 5 years, the Buccaneers would hesitate to run up the gut with anybody but the A-train because Warwick Dunn, not really a guy that busted up the gut, but that time Pittman just lowers his shoulder and gets ahead for a couple of yards. Shannon Taylor, outside backer out of Virginia, and Hardwell out of Illinois, Western Illinois, made the tackle at the 7-yard line. So you got to challenge him up the gut, don't you?
Yeah, you got to keep him honest.
Second down goal from the 7, just short of the 7-yard line. Bucs lead 15-0 early third quarter in Baltimore. Allstott and Pittman now. We're in the huddle, and Allstott was Malone sent back. There is a flag and a false start.
Offense, number 80, 5-yard penalty.
Yoder.
Second down.
Todd Yoder guilty of movement before the ball was snapped. He'll go to the sideline. Now that completely changes the situation. You had it second and goal from the 7. Now it's second and goal from just outside the 12-yard line. The offense now trying to do something we've not done today, and that is score a touchdown. We've got a special teams touchdown, a safety, and 2 field goals. 15-0. Brad Johnson, offset eye, dropping Brad. Sevenstedt gets the ball to Allstott. Michael May had taken his eye off the ball, looking to see if that safety was going to hit him. And it was thrown about knee high, and Michael could not make the catch. It would have been a big guy and a little guy had he grabbed it. And I like our chances of getting it into the painted end zone. Third down now and goal from just inside the 13-yard line. The Buccaneers are 5 out of 9. Better than 50% on third down. It gets tough down here, though, doesn't it, Scott?
Yes, it does. Nickel package defense for Mike Nolan's Baltimore Ravens.
Jameel Cook in the backfield with Pittman. Keyshawn Johnson wide right. Juravicius to the left. There's a flag and movement by a Buccaneer offensive lineman, I believe. Ravens were pointing at a guy in a red jersey. And it will be a false start.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Kerry Jenkins out of Troy State, a former New York Jet, is the guy flagged, but I think both Roman Oben and Kerry Jenkins may have jumped at about the same time.
I think you're right.
Now the cameras here in the stadium all focus on number 71, Kerry, or the offensive lineman.
This will be interesting. Maybe a little bit of a screen dump off, or try to do something, get it inside the 10-yard line at least. I don't know if they'll go to the end zone here.
Well, McCardell to the left. To the right, Keyshawn Johnson, one back Pittman from the 18. Here's Brad Johnson dropping pressure, dumps it off, screenplay. It's Pittman. Pittman gets a block. Pittman to the 10, and he's spun back around. They'll give him forward progress, I guess, to the 11-yard line. Well, that'll set up a point-blank field goal for Martin Gramatica, but our offense still has not been able to get a touchdown against this rugged Baltimore defense. Kick for Kids is brought to you by Cardell Master Builder. There's nothing like a home built like a Cardell. For every field goal the Bucs make, Cardell Master Builder will donate $100 to the Ronald McDonald House. Cardell Master Builder with new models in Fishhawk. Well, Martin Gramatica 2 for 2 today. This will be a 30-yard field goal. He's already hit one of those. Good snap, 2 for the hole, kick airborne. Martin gets a big toe into it. We add 3 to it. 18-0 is the score. The Buccaneers get 3 field goals now to Martin Gramatica. We have 8:13 to go in the third quarter. Gene Deckerhoff, Scott Brantley, Ronnie Lane, Jeff Ryan, and our Buccaneer broadcast crew at Baltimore at Raven Stadium. Boy, this is a good-looking stadium.
Beautiful.
And we lead 18-0. Here's the kickoff, and Robert Tate awaits at the 5-yard line. He brings it to the 5, near sideline, makes a cut upfield. Somebody missed it at the 23-yard line. Corey Ivy finally brings down Robert Tate, and so was old Nate Webster, number 52 in there. Pretty good guy in the middle of your kick coverage trying to bust up the wedge. 17-yard return by Tate. Ravens are in business now for the second time in this half at their own 23. And when the Buccaneers special teams have been absolutely special today, we return a punt for a touchdown. We get a blocked field goal to preserve a shutout just before halftime. Simeon Rice almost ran that one in. And then we get 3 field goals from Martin Gramatica. Don't forget, Tommy Tupa's the holder on that. He pinned the Ravens in at the 3-yard line on a punt earlier in the game. Now the Ravens will begin work, trailing 18-0 at their 23-yard line, moving left. They're in all white. We're in red jerseys, threatening a blitz on the run, and John Lynch clobbers Jamal Lewis hit the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard deep in the backfield. They'll say he lost a yard to the 21. That's the vintage John Lynch headhunter.
But the whole defense, when your motor's running as it is today, that's why we haven't even gone to Ronnie Lane on the sideline about an injury report. Last week we did a couple of times. Motor wasn't running strong last week. It's running high gear tonight or today, and that's the difference. When you're running at a high pitch, good things are going to happen.
Loss of 2 on the first down carry by Jamal Lewis. They had just 70-yard offense in the first half. From the 21-yard line, moving left. Redmond takes the snap. Play action fake, drops the throw. Looks upfield, throws it low. Intended for Brandon Stokely. And we had pretty good coverage. 2 guys in red near where the receiver was, and the ball was overthrown by Redmond.
And Redmond had time to throw, even though there was a lot of bodies close to him. He just short-armed it a little bit.
Baltimore Ravens have converted just 2 of their 8 third-down opportunities. That's 25%. And they got a chance here, but it's going to be 3rd and long. And deep in a hole, they can't get too fancy down here, particularly with a quarterback that has just a couple of throw experience before this season. He'd only attempted 3 passes. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. We run a stunt. Redmond throws to his right, and it's nearly caught in the flag throw. Is it going to be defensive holding on a Buccaneer in the secondary? Could be.
It could have been on 2 or 3.
Rondy Barber was the closest to that play. It's going to be on the Bucs, and on 3rd down and 12, we let him out of a hole. 7:16 to go.
Brian Kelly had somebody locked up. Shelton Quarles had the tight end locked up, so take your pick.
Referee Terry McCoy.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense. Number 25, 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, they get Brian Kelly an automatic first down after the 5-yard march off to the 26-yard line, and the Ravens have new life. 7:16. We almost pitched another 3-and-out defensive series.
Must be spit and rain again. I see some people going to their slickers.
First down from the 26. Here's the snap. They'll run Jamal Lewis to his right. We mug him, and drop him. No gain, if any, on that carry by Jamal Lewis.
Led by Sapp.
Warren Sapp, Shelton Quarles, other guys in red jerseys.
Sapp tweaked his ankle a little bit. Looks like he's walking gingerly to that Buccaneer sideline.
Warren Sapp takes a while to get over there. Chartrick Darby will replace Warren. Chartrick's got a sack this year.
You know what? They're looking at that blocked field goal. There was a great surge. Everybody's involved, but it was Chartrick that actually got the hand on it.
2nd down, 10 from the 26, just beyond the 26. Closer to the 27. The snap, Redmond. Pressure call. Redmond goes down by Booger McFarland. Booger's got a sack, and he hit Redmond in the back and dropped him at the 20-yard line.
Well, you work hard all day. You fight every down. And hopefully something comes free. That time, Schiff at the last moment and was able to beat the guard. Free shot at the quarterback.
And with that sack, the Greater Tampa Bay, Lakeland, Port Richey, and Sarasota Mitsubishi dealers will donate $100 to the John Lynch Foundation. Mitsubishi, wake up and drive. Quarterback sack number 2. Wims got one earlier. And now Booger McFarland's got his first of the season. 3rd down, 13.
Big Daddy Sapp back in the game.
Shotgun formation, Chris Redmond. Here's the snap. They got to reach the 37. Redmond hands the ball off, and Jamal Lewis will not get the first down. You'll hear some boos on that one. They try the draw play on 3rd down and 13. They get a handful, maybe 7 or 8, and they're going to have to punt the ball. 5:43 to go. Bucs lead 18-0. Tampa Bay has blocked a field goal. Karl the Truth Williams has run one back 56 yards. His 5th career punt return. The franchise has 6 in club history. One of them by Vernon. Oh, a bobble snap, but it's picked up. And Zastable gets a big left toe into it. Backpedaling and falling down, Karl Williams. Flag thrown. He did not touch the ball. Karl the Truth Williams slipped on that rain-wetted turf, and I do see a flag down on the. There's something yellow down here on the 30-yard line, and the official threw his hat down there as well. Karl Williams fell flat on his fanny, and the ball sailed over his head. That's a great punt by Zastadil. It could have been disaster. 54-yard punt. He took a one-hop snap, and we've got a personal foul on a Buccaneer to boot. Goodness. Well, okay, leading 18-0. Don't want to be doing too many things to get us in trouble. 6th penalty, I beg your pardon, 7th penalty of the game against the Bucs. Well, the only thing worse.
Personal foul. Receiving team, number 26, went out of bounds and hit the flyer. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, Dwight Smith guilty, and that's an unusual call. It's generally kamikaze crazy stuff on special teams. Bucs will be in a hole at our 10 when play resumes. But we do lead the Ravens 18-0.
A light rain beginning to fall here at Ravens Stadium to add to the sort of somber mood of the Raven crowd as they're being shut out by the Buccaneers. But this was supposed to be a day that they were supposed to be emotional with all the tributes being paid to Johnny United. So far, the emotion has been on the Bucs side. Gene?
Well, the Buccaneers in a hole now, leading 18-0. The line of scrimmage just short of the 10 will run the ball. Pittman bounces to the left side and is mugged. Nowhere to go, running left. Offensive line still remains Oben, Jenkins, Christie, Coleman, and Walker. And generally, we get Battaglia in there and short down and distance, and Ken Dilger. Well, a tight end's going to be involved in the offense. 4:53 left in the third quarter. And a player shaken up. A Buccaneer player. Michael Pittman has carried the ball 15 times for 62 yards. Remember, he injured an ankle.
He's got that cramp look.
Camp, and he's favoring a leg right now. There's an injury timeout. Pittman being 10-2, 4:52 to go in the third quarter. Buccaneers lead the Ravens 18-0. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
This injury update brought to you by Doctors Smith, Nantis, and Swigert. Now, this is unofficial, just from my observation from my untrained eye here on the sideline. They're bringing a card out for Michael Pittman, but it looks like he has severe cramping in his calves. We'll wait to get an official diagnosis from the Buccaneer training staff, but just from my naked eye, it looks like that's what he has right now. They're going to cart him into the locker room for further observation. For sports-related injuries, call Dr. Smith, Nantis, and Swigert at 727-328-7775. Gene?
All right, Ronnie, get the Tampa Tribune from anywhere in the world with the Tribune's electronic edition. To subscribe, go to TBO.com. And now get 2 weeks free with a 13-week subscription. That's the Tribune's electronic edition.
I hope that's all it is.
Ronnie's observation from the sideline. Now, I'm looking down at that big stack. I see team trainers. I see team Dr. Joe Diaco out there. And I thought I saw Joe smiling a little bit. If it was a serious injury, I don't think Joe'd have a grin on his face. I really don't.
I don't
Since day one, he's been the team doctor for this football team. Doesn't make all the trips this year. He told me last week he wasn't going to be traveling as many games.
Trying to wean him off of that deal now. He's going to try to get a little bit of retirement out of it. He's been here since 1976.
If it is cramps, they'll take him to the locker room for an IV. Bucs now will face second down 10. No carrying on the carry by Michael Pittman. The line of scrimmage, the 10-yard line. We move right. Bootleg play, and here's the pass caught by Stecker in the flat to the 10-15. Stecker is dragged out of bounds just short of the first down marker at the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. Aaron Stecker brings you a little giddy up into that huddle, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Good job. Quick little hitter out there to the flat. Aaron Stecker can play. And I'd always told them folks that Ronnie Lade and the rest of them are standing around on the sideline. Keep your feet moving, head on a swivel. Lady got run over down there.
Yeah, Anthony Mitchell, veteran strong safety in his third year out of Tuskegee, made the tackle, but they probably said, who is this 27? We don't have much film on this kid. Third down, 2 from the 18. Handoff. Stecker pounds his way into the line, and he's close to the 20, and Brad Johnson's officiating, saying, we got a first down. Way to run, Aaron Stecker. And now referee Terry McCauley says, move those chains. It is a first down, Buccaneers. Well, that's a huge third down conversion.
Yes, it is. Knowing they're going to run it, and the defense knowing they're going to run it as well. So great job, great surge of people just wanting to get it done.
6 out of 11 times today, the Buccaneers have converted on third down. What a difference a week makes. Earlier today, we had a punt return for a touchdown by Karl Williams, first time since last November. And just at the end of the second quarter, we blocked a field goal, first time in 2 seasons. It is first down, 10 Bucs. We lead 18-0. 3:25 to go. Toss pitch left side to Stecker. Follows a convoy. Gets it to the 22. Hard-nosed running Aaron Stecker. He's filling in for the injured Michael Pittman. Pete Boulware in on the tackle. After a gain of 2, sweep to the right side.
And his partner coming in there and clean it up. What Bo Ware did was to kind of stretch it out a little bit and give a little ground and make it run back inside where your help's coming from.
Tampa Bay played the Baltimore Ravens last year at Raymond James Stadium. We beat the Ravens 22-10, trying to make it 2 in a row against the Super Bowl 35 champions. Stecker and Allstott, offset I. Second down 8. Brad Johnson, swing pass, left side, caught by Stecker, and he'll manage to get it back near the line of scrimmage. That pass wasn't as crisp as Brad Johnson would have liked. It was a little high for Stecker, who loses a helmet. And he never really got a chance to go north and south. A loss of 1.
A little wobble ball out there. It's in a little pop fly, but loss of 1. Gear it back up here on third down. Big third down. Got to keep these sticks running. Got to get it out to the 30-yard line.
Had a third down 2 conversion to move the sticks a moment ago. The line of scrimmage is the 22. Got to reach the 30. Third down 8. 1 back set. Toss pitch left side. Stecker. Convoy Stecker. Follows that convoy. Follows the convoy. And Aaron Stecker's got a first down, but a flag has been thrown. Flag thrown behind the play. Stecker following a convoy to the left. And it's going to be holding on the Bucs.
And that's an infraction that did not have to be made. It's behind the play. Let your man go if you can't get him.
That flag was thrown by referee Terry McCauley.
Holding offense, number 83, 10-yard penalty, third down.
Joe Juravicius guilty, and you're right, he was behind the play. Big convoy of some big beef eaters ahead of Aaron Stecker. Oh, I like the way he sort of put his arm down and shoved the blocker to knock down a tackler and got the first down.
That's what Carolina did on this 3-4 defense. They're not used to people running the flip or getting outside on the perimeter. Great success last week. They saw that. That's why they played. That's why they ran that play just then.
Third down, 12. We're at the 18, moving right, need to reach the 30-yard line. I'll bet you Brad Johnson throws on this play. Split backfield, handoff Allstott up the gut. Big Mike Allstott. He puts his shoulder down and gets it to the 29. Short of a first down by just a yard. What do I know about football? Going to throw on 3rd and 12. Nope, give it to the A-train. He got 10 yards. Upfield, Ray Lewis made the tackle to deny the first down.
Well, that's clock management. It's rolling down to 1:15 before the end of the quarter, and then we'll have a good fourth quarter to boot.
Mike Allstott carrying that last run, and for Michael, his second longest run of the season, 10 yards. Nice punt, Tom Tupa waiting for it, backpedaling. Chris McAllister at the 21, goes one way, comes the other. One of our gunners slips down, gets a block. Oh, a tackle made, and the helmet goes flying again. We got to get some new chin straps to hang on to those things. Dwight Smith lost a hat, but held on to the guy he was tackling. McAllister at the 30-yard line. 10-yard return. 18-0 Bucs. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. 3 field goals. Martin Gramatica. 2 30-yarders, a 36-yarder. The only touchdown of the game, a Karl Williams 56-yard punt return. And then we record a safety on the first play of the second half when Jamal Lewis fumbled the ball. That should have been a touchdown. 1 touchdown, and that was on special teams. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead 18-0.
You know, when you lose a game and you miss a big like that, it stays with you the rest of your life. But when you win, hopefully, as the Bucs will do today, then John can laugh about that.
Chris Redmond at quarterback. Ravens start this series at their 31, moving left in white uniforms. Hilliard goes in motion to the right. Redmond drops, looks to his left, throws to his left, caught at the 35 to the 39. Travis Taylor, former Florida Gator, gets a gain of 8 yards, second down and 2.
Travis has been very quiet today. Missed the ball earlier, but secures that one, gets it upfield, almost 9 yards.
They're going with Terry Jones at tight end, 2 tight ends. Taylor's the only wide receiver from the 39. They'll run out of the I formation. Jamal Lewis, cutback play at John Lynch. Stands up Lewis, but he got the first down. Needed about 1.5, and he got 4 right up the middle between the tackles. Casey Raybach and Mike Flynn, the guard and center on the left side, opening a little bit of room. And that is the final play of the third quarter. It's sprinkling in Baltimore. Remnants of Tropical Storm Hannah
of the third quarter.
We will go to the fourth with the Bucs leading 18-0 in Baltimore. Let's take a timeout.
home of the reigning Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1010, the sports assignment. WQYK AM, Sefner, Tampa, an Infinity Broadcasting station.
15 minutes. Call Geico after the game. In as little as 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more on car insurance. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct. Now, the Baltimore Ravens have just 2 first downs in the second half, one via penalty and one just before the third quarter came to a close. Buccaneers lead 18-0. And the Ravens now, first down at the Baltimore 43-yard line. Moving right now in the fourth. We threaten the blitz by the safety. Picked up. Redmond throws far sideline. Ran it away. Great play, Ronde Barber. That is a Pro Bowl play by number 20. Barber battling Travis Taylor down the far sideline. But Barber doesn't make that play. It's a touchdown for the Ravens.
You don't throw on number 20. They should have figured that out by looking at the film from last week in preseason. Ronde Barber, one of the best in the business, 6th year out of Virginia.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a safety, punt return touchdown, 3 Martin Gramatica field goals. And we lead 18-0. Ravens moving to our right, second down 10. The ball is at the Baltimore 44. There's the snap. Redmond dropping. Here comes Heat. Flag thrown. Still pressure. Sapp chasing. Throws it downfield. Incomplete pass. And they would have lost yardage had he caught it. And Brian Kelly really rocked Ron Johnson in the back as the ball got there. Penalty flag thrown.
That was a second chance. Brian Kelly grabbed him upfield around the 50.
Flag thrown.
Defense, number 51. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Look at Al Singleton. And that is the second first down via a penalty in this second half by the Baltimore Ravens. They had just 5 first downs in the first half.
Al should have been hooked up with Todd Heap, the big tight end. Is very versatile, almost has wide receiver type speed.
Tampa Bay outgained in first downs 13-4 in the first half. Bucs had 13. So it's first down at the 48. Redmond play action fake, dropping, looking to his left, caught by Stokely. Oh, he's cut down at the 47-yard line. Brandon Stokely thought he might be able to hurdle over number 25. Brian Kelly couldn't do it. Today's game is brought to you by the United Association of Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, Sprinkler Fitters, and Steam Fitters. Quality counts. Do the job right the first time. Visit their web at ua.org. Gain of 5 on a very conservative play to the near sideline. Ravens quarterback Chris Redmond not panicking now, trailing 18-0 with 14 minutes and change left in this ball game. From the Buck 46, the snap. Redmond hands off to Lewis on the counter play, and there's just nowhere to go. Booger McFarland doing some cheering as Simeon Rice and Derrick Brooks just met at the ball carrier and dropped him for a loss of about 1. They'll spot the ball back around the 48-yard line, 13:50 and counting. In the fourth quarter, Buccaneers 18, Ravens nothing. We're trying to even our record.
What a difference a day makes when you bring intensity as your partner. Great job of blowing it up. Booger McFarland, great penetration, pushing that center all the way back into the backfield.
Just the second time the Ravens have been in Buck territory today. They misfired on a field goal. We blocked it just before halftime. Here's the snap. Redmond dropping, throwing downfield. It is caught. Stokely at the 26-yard line. And I think Brian Kelly lost his footing.
Great catch. Golly.
Spectacular catch by the coach's kid, Brandon Stokely. How did he catch that ball?
With a prayer.
18-0. Do they allow stick-em on your fingers still? I think not.
A little pick at the line of scrimmage, taking Ronde off the receiver, and then Stokely comes outside. That's a little bit of a switch between the cornerbacks on the same side. Unable to make the adjustment was number 25.
Line of scrimmage, the 27 of the Bucs. Deepest penetration of the day by the Ravens. Here's the snap. Redmond, play action fake, dropping, throwing, near side, threw it too tall for Heap. The tight end, Todd Heap. Heap is 6'5". He had to be about 8'5" to make that catch. Incomplete pass, and Redmond has not been as sharp as you'd expect. He was the Johnny Unitas Award recipient. Isn't that something? He is
ironic.
playing on a team in the town that Johnny U made famous in the National Football League. And today, before the game, we honored the late Johnny Unitas.
Johnny U would have put a little bit more air under that ball and just lofted it out there to the big tight end.
Redmond 9 of 22 for 95 yards in the game to this point. Second down 10. Moving right. Near side hash mark from the Buck 27. Long count Redmond. Here's the snap. Pressure up the middle by McFarland. Throws far sideline. Incomplete pass. Ronde Barber again with a big play. Got a hand on it at the last moment. And Stokely's having more success against number 25 on the near side of the field than he's having against Ronde Barber on the far side. Third down.
Well, that's great recovery by number 20, Ronde Barber, and he come out of his shoes and still accelerated to get a hand on it. Great job, Ronde.
Ronde Barber, Dexter Jackson, more hands on their hips as they've been chasing Stokely and Taylor all over the backfield today.
This is one of those pride things right here. Stop them here on third down. Force them. They could miss. You want a shutout. That's what this defense wants more than anything right now.
12:37 left, fourth quarter. We lead 18-0. From the 27, they got to get to the 18. Here's the snap. Dropping Redmond under pressure. Redmond flag thrown. Redmond incomplete pass.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Flag thrown at the 32. Probably holding on the Ravens.
Take them out of field goal.
Those big buffet eaters are huffing and puffing. It's a face mask. And that's a 15-yarder, a personal foul. I think you got to take this one, don't you? You got to take this one. John Lynch is saying, take it, send it back. He's our captain on defense. Tampa Bay 18, Ravens nothing.
Personal foul. Grasping the face mask. Offense. Number 66. 15-yard penalty. Third down.
Benny Anderson out of Tennessee State, second-year kid, a free agent. He reaches up and grabs one of our defenders by face mask. It's a 15-yard penalty, and that takes him out of field goal range, barring a completion of a long pass on third down and 25.
Where you drop back, you play down in distance. You know they can't get a first down until they get it inside the red zone. So just play good down in distance. Come up and make the sure tackle. Make them dump it off to a running back.
Bucs are going to use a base defense now. They don't go to the nickel or one of those fancy dime things. Redmond in the shotgun. The line of scrimmage, the 42. Third down, 25. Here comes pressure. Redmond gets the pass away, and it's too wide of the target, Jamal Lewis. And I believe Redmond's arm was hit as he pulled the trigger. Incomplete pass, and they were taken out of field goal range with that 15-yard penalty. And in comes Astudillo, the rookie punter out of the University of Ohio, the Bobcats.
He has been the busiest guy on this field today. Bobcats didn't fare that well last night, even though they had a good first at Florida Field down there against the Gators.
12:27 left in the fourth quarter. Bucs trying to pitch a shutout. We go after the punt, and Sastudil got the punt away, and it's an end-over-end thing. Fair catch called for and made by Karl Williams at the 11-yard line, maybe the 12. Remember the last time the Truth tried to field a punt? He slipped on that wet turf and fell down. That time he kept his footing and made the fair catch. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer offense still looking for a touchdown, but hey, it's a team sport, the ultimate team sport. You can win in a number of ways, and we're winning defensively and with special teams.
Just like Notre Dame has done at this point in the college level.
Isn't that something? They did score some offensive touchdowns yesterday, though.
They did.
First down, 10 Bucs. We take over, leading 18-0 at our 12-yard line. And we'll hand the ball to the A-train. And big Mike Allstott pounds his way into the pile at the 15-yard line. Give Michael a gain of 2. And we're going to run some clock with the rain sprinkling here in Baltimore. 12 minutes and 7 seconds left. Bucs trying to even our record at 1-1 and win one on the road. 18-0. Gramatica.
I thought the only state in the union that would be the sun shining and it raining would be the state of Florida. But here we are in Maryland doing the same thing.
Yeah, the sun trying to get through the clouds up there. Remnants of Tropical Storm Hannah. Brad Johnson, 6 of 7, 55 yards on the second half. We'll run the ball. Aaron Stecker, a little convoy to the right side, but too many Raven defenders over there. Tackle made. Aaron Stecker carries it for a gain of a couple. Boy, Kenyatta Walker really showing some emotion as he gets up. I don't know if he missed a block or something, but he made a block, but he thought that play would go a lot further.
He pancaked the fellow.
That's why he was celebrating.
Yeah, he was. I like that. Show your emotion. I know he's got some dog in him because I've seen him and fight. He fought his way through college and was one of the fierce competitors in the offensive line that we saw. And all of a sudden he lost a lot of that fierceness. Now he's trying to gain it back.
Gain of 3 on the carry by Stecker. A toss pitch sweep to the right side. Bucs face third down and 5 now. From the 17, got to reach the 23. Hand off to the A-train. He's knocked down and will fall down. Hangs onto the ball and loses a helmet. We're going to have to change our headgear.
I'm going to have to talk to Tim Sane, the new equipment manager. He came from Florida. I know him very well. I'm going to have to talk to him and mesh and find out what's wrong with these chin straps.
Well, give credit. I think the offense is shut down right now because of the weather and the field position. Nothing fancy there. 3-run plays in a row, and we get very little. 4th down. And the Bucs will punt. 4th down and 7. The line of scrimmage, the Tampa Bay 16. Tom Tupa stands back at the 1. And Jeff Ogden awaits. Here's the kick by Tupa. Tight spiraling punt, a good one. Ogden backpedaling all the way to the 34. Looking to the near sideline. He's tackled and dropped at the 37. Headhunting Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Corey Ivy around that mess, as well as other guys in pewter hats. 51-yard punt, Tommy Tupa. Boy, our special teams have been special today. I've said that repeatedly. For the first time today in Baltimore, the Tampa Bay Bucs offense goes 3 and out. But field position played a big part there. And in our 3 plays, Scott Brantley, we burned almost 2 minutes of clock time.
Got that. And that's what you got to do this part of the game.
Chris Redmond and the Ravens begin this series at their 37. A handoff to Jamal Lewis. We try to strip the ball and miss a tackle. Now Lewis is knocked down to the 45. That's a gain of 8 quick yards, running off right tackle. Between guard and tackle, John Lynch hit him and finally brought him down, and we were trying to strip a wet ball away from him.
That looked a little bit like last week. Don't want to see a reoccurrence of that. Shelton Quarles got pancaked in the hole and run over by Jamel. You got to be stronger at the point. Go up and in with force.
9:44 left in the 4th quarter. The last thing the Bucs expected to see on that play was a running play, I'm sure. Jamal Lewis, the I-back. Long count from the 45. They'll feed the ball to Lewis. He gets ahead for the first down. Right at midfield, the 50-yard. Here comes a late flag. The Buccaneers have been flagged a few times for
face mask on this one.
Personal fouls, and that'll be a face mask, I think, the minor variety.
Face mask. Defense. Number 94. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Greg Spires, former Florida State Seminole, guilty of the face mask infraction. Lewis is a big running back, and you're just grabbing and trying to bring down the big fella any way you can.
And because you're inside 10 minutes in the final quarter, you can't play on your heels. I see a lot of people catching out there.
The ball spotted now at the Buccaneer 45 thanks to the penalty, though. So the Ravens, for the second time in a row, are in Buck territory. Here's the snap on first down. Redmond, a 7-set drop, gets the pass away. Call drop by Todd Heap, the tight end. Ozzie Newsome will not be happy. The Hall of Famer, that's their player personnel director, general manager here, says Todd Heap is the franchise future. He's bragging on him this week. And he just dropped what he should have had, and Redmond was crunched by Greg Spires.
Wide open on the crossing route. But that's where you want them to go with it, underneath the coverage. You want them to throw it underneath. You don't want to hit the long 15 to 20-yard big plays.
Been a long afternoon for Chris Redmond. He has misfired on 4 consecutive passes now. Second down, 10. Moving right from the Buccaneer 45. We lead 18-0. Redmond, play action fake, dropping, flushed out of the pocket, gets the pass away, caught, and a tackle made immediately by Al Singleton at the 44-yard line, gain of 1. Good play, Al Shamond Singleton, the quiet one from Temple.
Good job of sorting out the running back and the tight end. If tight end goes inside, turn him over to the inside linebacker. If you're the outside linebacker, take the guy coming out in the flat. That time, Al, great job picking up in coverage the fullback.
We are really getting to Chris Redmond. He has had a rough time. That was his first completion in his last 5 attempts, but he got just 1 yard. Yeah. He had a lot of heat on him. That time, Simeon Rice crunched him just as he threw the ball. Third down, 9. They got to reach the Buck 35. Shotgun formation, Chris Redmond. We said Instead, the blitz from the right side is picked up. Redmond's got time, throws it. Oh, nice play. Derrick Brooks knocked it away from the intended receiver, Travis Taylor. And Brooks went around the back of Taylor and swatted the pass down. It's 4th down. What do you do, Brian Billing? You got a Super Bowl championship ring on. Do you go for it on 4th?
There's a flag way over on the other side, and Jon Gruden said nullify or decline it.
Yeah. Illegal formation. Offense. Number 75, not on the line of scrimmage. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Well, Jonathan Ogden disputes that as he walks over to the near sideline. That penalty declined. Chris Redmond, 4 of 13 in the second half. Not the numbers that'll win a football game even at home. 8:16 to go. The truth awaits at the 10. Karl Williams out of Texas A&M Kingsville ran one back earlier today. We try to block the rookie's punt. Hooks it. Fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. We're playing keep away and leading 18-0. 8:08 left, 4th quarter. Well, in Baltimore, it's been tough on the field for the home team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers came up here on a mission, and right now the kids in red pewter are winning. 18-0 with 8:08 left to go. We'll have the ball at our 13-yard line.
Yeah, I know Ray Lewis has made a lot of plays today, but ever since that first series when he knocked himself out a little bit, had to come to the sideline, he really hadn't been himself.
Buccaneers move left now. Keenan McCardell goes in motion. Keyshawn wide left. Will run Allstott up the gut. Allstott sort of stutter step ring, dodging, going left and right, and that's not A-Train running. He may get ahead for a half yard. And Ray Lewis is back in there, and he, along with Marcus Douglas, stuck Allstott pretty good. Every time Mike tries to go left or right, he's a dead duck. When he goes north and south, he makes things happen and moves the pile. Half-yard gain, 2nd down, 9.5 needed. Ball at the Buck 14. We're left and leading 18-0. Martin Gramatica has kicked 3 field goals. Karl Williams has run one back for a touchdown, a punt. And we recorded a safety. It adds up to an 18-0 score halfway through the 4th quarter. Here's Allstott. Little stretch, lead, handoff, and the A-Train gets 1 more yard. That time he ran north and south, but the linebackers were waiting. Hartwell and Lewis. 3rd down, 8. We want to run some clock now, down to 7:11.
Loading up, just running it in between the guards, making it very easy for Ray Lewis and the boys to make plays. 3rd down and about 8. Find out what kind of high percentage throw we'll have, or maybe even a run.
Brad Johnson in the second half, 6 of 7 for 55 yards. Did not throw a pass on the last possession. See if he goes airborne here. 4-receiver look. Stecker the lone setback from the 15. He'll hand the ball off to Stecker, and Stecker will be dogged down at the 17-yard line, short of the 1st down by about 7 yards. Well, we get a yard, and a yard, then bring in Tom Tupa to punt. 6:32 to go. Peter Bulware, Bulldog, tackling Bucs ball carrier Aaron Stecker.
You know, I was just saying Ray's not having the kind of game I expected, but his 16 tackles, career high. He's been the leading tackler on his team for 6 years in a row. Pretty good day.
Tupa to punt from our 2 now. Last time he punted from the 1. Good snap. Toe just got away from him, and he kicks a tight, spiraling punt all the way back to the 27-yard line. Room to run, and Jeff Ogden gets it out to the 45-yard line. That was a great punt by Tom Tupa. Good job, special teams.
Ryan Neese leading the way, the rookie.
Timeout on the field, 5:58 to go. Buccaneers lead 18-0. Ravens will have it at the 45. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
Are you still looking for someone to spend your time with? Try the Team One-on-One line. 1-866-460-1010. It's free to enroll, and it really works. Just call 1-866-460-1010. Answer a few questions about the type of person you're looking for, and then record a message telling potential matches what you like and the things you're interested in. Immediately, the MatchLink computer will begin finding people who match up with you. It's that simple. So go ahead and enroll today. 1-866-460-1010. And don't forget, if you've already joined, check your messages. That perfect person could be waiting.
I haven't been meeting anybody. I was going out. I'm a big sports fan. I go to a lot of games here in town, that kind of thing. I really wasn't meeting the kind of girls that I really wanted to meet. I heard this. It gave me an opportunity to really pick out the kind of girls I wanted to meet with the same interests I had. And so I tried it, and sure enough, I met somebody through that.
1-866-460-1010. 888-460-1010. The team one-on-one line, 1-866-460-1010.
If it's been more than 3,000 miles since you've changed your oil, then you need to get to AutoZone right now. See if you're not changing your oil and replacing the filter often enough, you'll do a lot of damage to your engine, and that'll lead to some costly repairs down the road. Get to AutoZone today. AutoZone! Change your oil and get more life out of your car. Get in the zone. AutoZone!
This is Todd Yoder, and you're listening to the Bucs on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
Pick up a copy of tomorrow's St. Petersburg Times Bucs Extra section for eye-popping photos and inside the huddle stories. The St. Petersburg Times, the newspaper for Tampa Bay. Well, Brad Johnson's completed 21 of 29 passes for 182 yards, has not thrown a pick. The Buccaneers have held the Baltimore Ravens to just 35 yards rushing. First down, Ravens. They start at the 45. Toss pitch to Jamal Lewis. Lewis will be hit from the side and dropped at the Buccaneer 49-yard line. That is a bang-bang tackle by Al Singleton, the linebacker on the, I beg your pardon, Chartrick Darby, the defensive tackle on the left side. That's a good hit by Chartrick, who has a lot of quarterback pressures in this game, and he had a sack last week.
That's called separating from a big old ugly offensive lineman and coming to make the play.
And he blocked a punt to boot. Second down, they'll run Jamal Lewis, a little stutter step, and the big fella out of Tennessee is close to a Baltimore first down. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of WQYK and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is prohibited. Well, let's see. They spot that ball right at the down marker, and Ed McCauley is going to want an official's time. Terry McCauley is going to want a timeout. Does he want to bring the chain gang over? I think that's what he's looking for.
They just want to get on TV. Yeah, nothing bothers me worse than that.
18-0 Bucs. Chain gang doesn't have to go very far, though. It's on this side of the field. They'll stretch it. Come on. Hey, Terry, you could have seen that from where it is. It is a first down for the Baltimore Ravens. Give Lewis a gain of 5. Listen to the crowd that remains. Give them a cheer. They got their own band up here, don't they?
They got too much commotion going on.
Tampa Bay leads the Baltimore Ravens 18-0. They'll get in a hurry-up mode soon, you think, from the Buck 44. First down, moving right. Here's the snap, dropping Chris Redmond. Throws near side. Almost picked off at the 35-yard line. A flying Brian Kelly. He almost had a cape on and just got out of a phone booth. He dove and flew so far.
He had a little ronde in him on that play.
He wanted a pick in the worst way. Brian has just 3 career interceptions. And Travis Taylor, the intended receiver near sideline. Redmond really telegraphs his pass, doesn't he? Youngster. He needs some experience. Got a cannon arm. First round pick by the Ravens. Johnny Unitas award winner. Plays here on the land of Johnny U. Second down 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll swing Lewis in motion now. Rondy Barber goes with him. Redmond dropping, looking downfield. Oh, big hit, John Lynch. Incomplete pass, and Todd Heap wanted a flag. What great timing by the Buccaneer safety, John Lynch.
Knew he couldn't get there to break the ball up, so you run through the guy when the ball hits his hands. Great job, Ron Lynch. Johnny Lynch.
Bucks lead the Ravens 18-0. 4:44 to go. Clock stops here in the fourth quarter on the incomplete pass. Third down 10. Redmond 4 of 15 here in the second half. He's completed just 1 of his last 8 pass attempts. His numbers not very good today. 4:44 to go. Had a much better day against Carolina.
Need a stop here.
Third down 10. Here's the snap. Redmond out of the shotgun, dropping, throwing to his left, caught, tight end, missed tackle, downfield, Bucks, Al Singleton. We mugged tight end Johnny Jones at the 38-yard line. Lynch and Al Singleton stopped the play after a 6-yard gain.
They got to go for it.
Ravens probably going to go for it now with 4:36 to go. Clock against a boy, John and Al Singleton just tattooed John Jones. John Jones played at a very small school, Indiana, Pennsylvania. But he's a big fella at 6'4", 255. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Have to. Fourth down and 3.5. At the 37, got to reach the 34. Dropping out of the shotgun, Redmond throws underneath. Caught, first down at the Buccaneer 26-yard line. Todd He makes a shoestring grab, and that'll move the sticks on 4th down.
That hurts. At least you got one thing in your favor. At 4:20 and counting, clock still ticking. I think this crowd's not going to allow them just line up, kick a field goal just to preserve a shutout. I think they're going to have to go to the end zone.
That is the first 4th down conversion by the Ravens this year. They misfired on one last week in Carolina. First down, Ravens at the Buck 26. I formation. Feed the ball. On play action fake, Redmond throwing near side. Caught by Stokely, and he's brought down to the 21-yard line. 3:51 to go. Al Singleton made the tackle.
Clock ticking.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3 field goals from Martin Gramatica, a punt return of 56 yards. Karl Williams. We record a safety on the first play of the second half. It adds up to 18. And that's the score, 18-0 with the Baltimore Ravens now getting closer and closer to spoiling Tampa Bay's shutout bid. The line of scrimmage, the Buck 21. We've come close to picking off Redmond in the game today. Close, but no cigar. Chris Redmond dropping to throw. 3-step drop, looks it off. Now throws end zone and overthrows intended receiver Ron Johnson. A little stop and go and a nice bit of play action faking into the middle of the line by Chris Redmond. He's got the makings of really a good quarterback.
He has, and Ron Johnson's got the makings of a good receiver too. Almost a Sterling Sharp, Shannon Sharp mixture. 6'2", 225-pound wide receiver.
3rd down and 5. The line of scrimmage, the Buck 21-yard line. They've got to reach the Tampa Bay 16. Moving right and all white. Shotgun formation. Chris Redmond. Here's the snap from Mike Flynn. Pressure coming. Pressure. Gets the pass away. Caught Lewis at the 20 to the 15 to the 12-yard line. And Redmond just avoided a sack. Shelton Quarles recovered along with Rondy Barber to bring down a big fella, Jamal Lewis. But he got the first down. Needed 5 and got 10.
Trail mode. They're gonna hit those underneath routes. You got to stay back, prevent the long ball, but sometimes they're going to dump it off to that back. They can get you a good first down.
Longest series the defense has been on the field. Sapp just had to go to the sideline. He's winded. From the 11-yard line, first down, 10 moving right now, trailing 18-0. Here's the snap. They'll feed the ball. Lewis sees the goal line to the 5 to the 3-yard line, and we finally stop him. Boy, is he knocked backwards by a gang of Buccaneers, but he had already gotten upfield about 7 or 8 yards.
Ellis Williams and company going to wind their goal line unit in offensively. We go with our defense. It'll wind down to the 2-minute warning.
Derrick Brooks lost his helmet again. How many times is he going to lose a half this season? 18-0. We've reached the 2-minute
warning. 2 minutes.
The Ravens trying to avoid a shutout, have it 2nd down and 3 at the Buccaneer 4-yard line under the 2-minute warning. We lead 18-0. Here's the snap. They'll feed the ball to Lewis. He's lassoed by Booger McFarland and dropped in his tracks for very little gain, if any at all. Well, that's a big flying tackle by a big fella who wears number 92.
300 pounds of number 92, but knew they were going to run the football here because they could still acquire a first down. Here's 3rd down. They get it down to the 1.5-yard line. They will gain that first down.
3rd down and 3. The ball is at the 4. The distance to make is between the 1 and the 2. They'll send Stokely wide to the left side. They'll have Taylor in the slot to the left. And Johnson to the right. Here's the snap. Redmond will throw on 3rd down. Throws it over the middle. Picked off. Derrick Brooks to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 30. Derrick Brooks. He could go. He might go. He will go all the way. Derrick, you can walk from there. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Shutout preserved. Derrick Brooks.
Does it get any better? Great pressure. On the quarterback, Redmond throws it right into the hands of Derrick Brooks. He taps it up in the air, comes down with it, and sprints down that right sideline for 6 points to secure this victory.
Now, we've got two choices. What is the Florida lottery play of the game? Well, we had Carl the Truth's punt return for a touchdown all the way. That was going to be it, but how about this one to maybe preserve a shutout with 1:06 to go? Derrick Brooks, 97 yards, interception return for a touchdown. That's today's play of the game, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Play all the games of the Florida Lottery. You could win big for Derrick Brooks, his 14th career interception. Martin Gramatica for the point after. It just got by a potential blocker from the right side, and Martin has had a perfect day. Buccaneers lead 25-0. And the Walker Ford drive of the game, well, you know, the offense still hadn't scored a touchdown today. But we did have a remarkable drive that began earlier in this game when it was still up for grabs. We began a drive at our 5-yard line and took it all the way down the field. Some uncanny passing by Brad Johnson. Good running by Michael Pittman, who, by the way, had to leave the game with severe cramps. But we got it in position for a 30-yard field goal by Martin Gramatica. It was a 16-play, 82-yard drive in 8 minutes and 25 seconds. And we get 3 and took a